The legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to LG Ultragear presents TEC Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial. Our gaming partner is Intel, and our apparel partner is none other than 6x6. My name is Scripps, and with me is CCV, and we're going to be your casters for the day. We have some amazing games lined up for you today.
Absolutely. I mean, looking at the matches that we have in front of us, we have our 4 p.m. match. We've got Galaxy Esports up against Orgless 5, followed by Optimistic Esports up against Team Valor. Now, all of these teams so far, they have a lot to prove and they still have to make their way through the season. They still have to pave their way throughout the group stages. That's the main thing. Neither one of these, all four of these teams out of them, no one has yet made it so that we can call them like, oh, okay, you know what, this team so far in Season 4 of the Gauntlet, yeah, they've made a name for themselves. Now, they still have to prove their worth, and that is what makes today's games so exciting. It's the fact that we are going to go through these new set of matches. We are going to go through these interactions between these rosters that we haven't seen before, especially after all of these roster changes. I mean, all four of the rosters that we have on lineup in front of you all today, they have had some sort of changes. Some players have left the team, some have joined, a lot has been shuffling, and yet again, we get to see these teams and their new rosters back in form.
Yeah, exactly. While all these rosters might be new, the players inside these rosters are pretty old and have been in the scene for quite a long time. They are
Right.
veterans in their own right. So, of course, they have the experience individually, but how does that come together when the team is playing in the same lobby, and how they synergize well is something that's going to be determining who wins or loses today. Of course, because they bring a lot of experience, we can expect a lot of highlight worthy movements, a lot of cool stuff, some sick one taps as well. But you know who's hitting the most amount of one taps these days? It's these four people that are coming up on your screen right now in the MVP standings, powered by Crucial.
I mean, obviously we have raw fuel. I mean, Enigma Gaming overall have been having one of the best, if not the best performance here in season 4 so far. They've been outstanding. Raw fuel, now, although he doesn't have the highest amount of kills, he's just a close second to Sami, but still, the average combat score, I mean, next to none. And the amount of times he's been an MVP 7 times. I think every single match that Enigma have played so far here in season 4, he has been the MVP in those best of threes, and that just speaks volumes about mainly the consistency this man has. Regardless of the opponents you put in front of him, regardless of the map you put him in, Raw is going to deliver with the Jet, and no matter which gun he picks up, he is going to click heads. So will the remaining three members. You've got Sami, you've got Paradox from True Rippers, and then you've got Shooter from the side of Exploit to finish up the MVP standings. And all of these lads, every single time we see them, we know it's going to be an entertaining match, just like the matches in front of us today.
Oh, definitely. The matches are surely going to be entertaining. Raw is
Right.
an absolute beast. I mean, Enigma Gaming has been undefeated in this tournament so far. Unfortunately, we won't get to see them today. But Galaxy Esports are also the kind of team who had the potential to be undefeated. But all the matches that they lost were of really, really small margin. Let's take a look at the
True.
group standings and see how these teams are doing.
Yeah, as of now, I have to say for the side of both Orgless 5 and Galaxy Esports, I'm not going to rule out either one of these teams that, oh, you know what, I think they're going to be in the bottom four. No. How it stands right now, both of these teams have solid chances to stay in the top four and qualify for the playoffs. Orgless 5 especially, having played a total of 5 matches, they have 8 points. They're looking very strong. Now, the only thing is, for the side of Galaxy Esports, today needs to be a good day for their side because they're near that place. They have, out of their 7 matches, they've already played 5. This is going to be their 6th match. If they lose this one, and they don't get even a single point, even a single map, then it's going to be a lot. It's going to be an extremely tricky situation, to say the very least, as to how exactly they'll be qualifying. It's going to be dependent on a lot of other teams' performances, and I do not think any member of Galaxy Esports wants that. So today, take the win, take those 2 maps at the very least. Make sure to take a single map against Orgless 5, because if Orgless 5 win, well then, Crips, we can surely secure their spot in the playoffs as well, alongside Enigma and God Particles.
Exactly. And if August 5 win today, then they will
Yeah.
have what it takes to overtake God Particles, even though God Particles have more wins than them. So even though that might be a temporary lead, they will be then in the top two, way out of danger, and there's no way anybody else can threaten their spot in the playoffs after that.
Exactly. Like in the group standings right now, we know for a fact that Enigma Gaming and God Particles, these two teams, they have secured their spot. But Orgless 5, they can as well. However, in order for them to prove their spot, they have to move up. They have to win against their opposition, who, as we've already mentioned, is going to be Galaxy Esports. Let's have a look at the roster of Galaxy Esports. Let's have a view of the players and their performances that have been so far. You've got Lost, you've got Pondex, you've got Paradox as well. You know, Rossi and then Lucia completes the entire roster. And I have to say, this roster, like, they have been improving ever since Galaxy Esports, the organization, picked them up as well. I have to say, we have seen considerable improvements in this roster day in, day out. Like their past performances here, the Gauntlet, have been very worthy of like really good results. Even the previous match that they played, it was against none other than Enigma Gaming, arguably the toughest opponents in Season 4, and they still managed to snag a map against them, the map of Icebox. So this roster, they can deal damage if they play their cards right.
Definitely, they can deal a lot of damage. Galaxy Esports is the kind of team that harbors a lot of potential, but so far, whatever the performances have been like, are either whitewashes or like extremely close matches. We haven't really seen
Mhm.
like regular games come out from them, and this is partially because of their one-dimensional playstyle. Not that it's a bad thing. The way they execute, the way they are able to defend, it is more or less really strong, but it's not flawless.
Yeah.
Those mistakes that they keep on making are what get in their way, and once they fix those, they will be as good as unstoppable. That's the primary difference between a team like Enigma Esports and let's say someone like Galaxy Esports. Enigma have layers upon layers in their strategy. With Galaxy Esports, once you see through the veil, it can be easy to decipher whatever they are doing.
Exactly. Like I'd say the foundation hasn't been built as of like entirely because of the roster, because of the changes that have happened in Galaxy Esports. Like it's still not opaque looking through their strategies. It's rather translucent to say the very least. However, their individual performances is where it lies a lot. The players, they have the caliber, and right now we are going to be shining the player spotlight on one of the members from this roster and having a look at their performances. It's going to be none other than the initiator Lost. I mean, playing the Sova and still having not only supporting his team with the heap of utility he brings to the table, but the fact that this man can also get kills, maintain a KD, like maintain a positive KD, and have an average combat score of over 200 really speaks volumes about just the sheer experience he has and the improvisation he can create in the map within that as well. Mainly, we just see him on the Sova. Regardless of the map, he will be on that one agent. If we do see a bit of versatility, it's really going to be from the other members of Galaxy Esports, but best Fred. If he is on the Sova, he is still gonna deliver one way or another.
Lost on the Sova can be the key to success for this team, but how he sets up his utility is purely dependent on what his teammates ask of him. I feel like that is kind of the issue in this team sometimes. We will see a lot of people in amazing positions having the potential to make game winning plays, but the request from the Sova is just not present. They don't request him to do certain stuff. If Lost somehow himself initiates and himself takes the responsibility of providing it to his team, then I think they can do well. But I feel like that communication is somewhat lacking in this team. I hope that we get to see something better from them today. And that's exactly why we want to take a look at their opponents as well and see what they're up against. Let's take a look at Orgless 5 and their roster.
You know, we've got God Vexy, we've got Hacker, we've got Sai, we've got Blackhawk, and then we've got Wimp as well. I mean, this is a roster where all five of the players, you know them very well. Irrespective of how religiously you follow South Asian Valorant, at the very least, all audience members right now must have heard one, two, five names. I mean, come on, how have you not know? How does anyone not know about these players? They have been in the scene since its initiation, since its beginning, and they've been having bang-on performances with their earlier rosters as well. Orgless 5 as a roster, they've gone through shifts and turns and loops and U-turns and whatnot, and now they're here as a roster that's looking to improve, as a roster that's looking to be and looking to get back on its former glory that used to be, you know, the esports EXO roster. roster. And I think they are well on their way. Have they reached their destination? Not yet, but they may soon. With how they're playing, with how they're improving, looking at their past, like looking at their history, looking at their past matches, they certainly are on that journey. They certainly are on the way to be there where they want to be one of those tier one teams that they used to be, but they still have a lot to prove. And the Gauntlet, it's just one of those proving grounds. That's exactly what it is.
I agree. I mean, with them playing the gauntlet so often, they get to work on themselves and then hopefully return to their former glory one day. Let's take a look at which player is going to be in the spotlight. Honestly, I think all of them deserve spotlights of their own,
Yes.
but the crucial player this time, pun intended, is going to be Acite. This man is new to the team and he has taken up the role of the Jet quite well. We saw him stand in for SK Rossi once when he was, having his injury when he was standing in for Global Esports. That's when Acite
Mhm.
debuted in this tournament. But now I mean, he's found more or less a permanent home in this Orgless 5 roster, and that is his new designation this time around. Let's see if this guy can deliver the frags as cleanly as someone from the opposite team, Galaxy Esports, can do. He's definitely proven himself, but there's always room for improvement. And I think with experienced teammates that he has, I think he can always keep on growing.
Certainly, so. I think the team can keep on growing with him being around as well, and with him being incorporated into the entire roster and essentially being a regular. I think that's exactly what the side of Orgless 5 may need as well. Communication has been a big factor that ever since season 4 started, we have been talking about for the side of Orgless 5. Has their team reached the level of communication someone would expect from the caliber of the players that they have included in their roster? Have they reached there? They're very close. Like earlier it didn't used to be as good, now it has improved, and the performances, the results, I mean, they speak for themselves. That certainly is one of the major factors. Looking the previous match of Oculus 5 as well, they played it against Team Arrow about a week or so ago here, the Gauntlet, and they ended up defeating Team Arrow relatively, one-sided man. I mean, 13-5, 13-7, 2-0, best of 3 done and dusted. I have to say, it's a good enough performance, and I think today they can improve even further, and just they can be in the nick of time for the playoffs where they can play against better teams and teams who are of the best caliber in our region. But now we have to look at the maps that they will be playing today, not in the playoffs. We live in the present, so let's have a look at the map pool and let's go through the trifecta that has been chosen by both of these squads.
Why am I even surprised to see Ascent? I mean, we expected this, didn't we? Ascent has
Right.
been like the staple pick of Oculus 5, and I think even Galaxy Esports don't mind playing this map. We've seen both of them do really well in this map before, so Ascent is up in the air, quite literally, just like the map itself. The results cannot be predicted. At least I can't do that. Do you have an opinion on who can take Ascent, CCB?
I would go with Orgless 5, and there's a very specific reason I have. It's just based on the previous data. The last time we saw the side of Galaxy Esports, they played, sorry, not Galaxy Esports. The last time we saw the side of Orgless 5, they played this map against Team Arrow. And 13-5, okay, yeah, against Team Arrow, that's good. But the main point is, when you look a bit into that match, Orgless 5 won their attacking half 11-1. And now
Whoa.
guess which side Galaxy Esports has chosen as as the initiating side. It is defense. Ergo, Orgless 5 will be on attack. Now, if Orgless 5 go through a very solid opening, I'm not saying 11-1, but something along the lines of a 9-3, even an 8-4 should put them on a fairly better pedestal to win the map of Ascent than their competitors Galaxy Esports. Now, with that being said, Galaxy Esports should take the map of Icebox in my opinion, because that is the one map they won against none other than Enigma Gaming. We know Icebox really isn't the map they will always prefer, but still beating out a roster like that on any map is an achievement in of itself, and to do it within like a week ago or so means that Galaxy Esports are going to be fairly confident there. But Haven, for me personally, is going to be up for debate. I honestly think we will go to the decider map, and on Haven, it's heads or tails.
Well, if these guys can beat a team like Enigma on Icebox, then certainly Galaxy Esports have what it takes to beat Oculus 5. A team that on paper is not only newer, but also not as decorated as the side of Enigma Esports. But then when we come to Haven, I think I have an opinion over here. I have a feeling that
Right.
it will depend on who chooses to be more aggressive from the side of Oculus 5. CT being the duelist, being the designated jet, on paper should be picking up the role of aggressing forward. But we have seen that even players like Sai push out sometimes, and even Blackhawk, you can not hold him back on a map like Haven. So if this over aggression, over commitment is the name of the game that we see from Oculus 5 in Haven, then I think Galaxy Esports will be able to punish that if they are disciplined enough.
Absolutely. I mean, both of these rosters, they've got to be careful. And yeah, that is the thing. Aggression is something we can expect on to an extent all three of these maps. I think the first map, I think Ascent is going to be the testing grounds for both of these teams to feel out the opposition, to make sure, like, to essentially analyze the entire gameplay. Obviously, that won't be relevant a lot for the next two maps. All three of these maps are quite different in how they're played, in how the attackers would like to execute, and then especially play the post plant. I mean, Icebox really is the main outlier here with how attackers like to play those post plant scenarios. But regardless, with all that being said and done, the teams would like to get the gist of things at the very least for their opposition, and then they'd like to build upon that even further, contrary to just the prior homework they would have done on their opponents, because this is an important game for both of the rosters. When we were having a look at the group standings as well, we saw that for the side of Galaxy Esports, they would like to win here to still keep relatively majorly in contention for that third or fourth playoff spot. As for Orgless 5, if they can take the win here, they will more or less be securing a playoff spot for themselves. The only question will be which seed they'll be in, second, third, or fourth. So both teams a lot to play for. This is a match they cannot miss out on, and these are three maps that the quicker and the earlier they take the victory, the better it will be for them in the longer run.
Well, I think for now, these guys should focus in the present, as you said before this. Long run obviously is not something that you can predict right now. Hell, I can't even predict what's going to happen by the end of map number 3. So can't predict what's going to happen like next month or something like that. Either way, but now that we start an ascent, I have one question. Do you think we get to see we get to see a chamber pick or not?
A chamber pick. Maybe, I'm not really sure. I know for a fact that Orgless 5, they're not going to go for a chamber pick. Like Orgless 5, their double initiator compositions are fairly standard. You are going to have the Killjoy, you're going to have the Astra, and now here's one change that has happened quite recently. Usually Sai is the one who plays the KO on a heap of maps, but the last time we saw the side of Orgless 5, Sai was playing the Jet and it was Blackhawk playing the KO. Now, heading into the agent selection screen, what's going to be the case? Well, having a look at Orgless 5, it's going to be Blackhawk who will be on the KO. Acete is going to be on the Jet side this time, again playing an initiator but not KO. So yeah, call it versatility, call it shuffling the roster, whatever it is. Orgless 5 are doing it. They are, changing their players. The agents, are going to be the same, but the players are going to keep on changing. Having a look at Galaxy Esports, well, Crips, yeah, your wish comes true. Lucia, he's going to be picking up the chamber.
Well, honestly, I thought the chamber would be the talking point over here, but I'm surprised to see what Orgless 5 have done. The lineup is acceptable, but look who's playing the KO. It's Blackhawk.
Exactly.
We've always seen him on controller rules. Hacker is playing the Astra this time around. Wimp on Killjoy and Sion So are probably the only things that I can, relate to because I've seen them play those characters before. Acete also on the Jet doesn't really surprise me, but yeah, Blackhawk on KO, I don't know how that's gonna be. Especially against the Chamber. I mean, how can you really stop a Chamber? His Headhunter in the pistol round is still gonna be relevant unless you silence him directly.
That works.
And even then, if you are able to silence the Chamber very effectively, there are other people that you still need to take care of. So, yeah, that matchup is something that's making me be a little anxious. I want to see what these players are feeling, though.
I think it has to be a wave of calm and serenity on all 10 of the players. You really can't be anxious. I think we've heard this advice from practically every single professional out there, from every region. You've got to be calm before a match. Don't think of the macro side of things, like this match means so much to us in the tournament. Just play a match like you would any ranked match. And right now, well, just like any ranked Jet, it's going to be Acete pushing into the B bomb side, just dashing in. However, he meets his demise pretty quickly. There is a trade from the members of Orgless 5, and very rapidly they do take side control. However, the one problem for them is Galaxy Esports are right on the brink of this bomb side. side. Oh, excellent shock dot right there. Lucia's present, Rossi, and every single member from Galaxy Esports can push in for the retake. All three members are here from Defender Spawn, from Market, and they are looking to peek in the bomb side.
What a textbook retake this is shaping up to be. The players are still being held back. The defenders not really able to get any picks. Paradox does get one, but immediately Hacker and Blackhawk swing. He's stuck now. Has to turn 180 degrees, but Blackhawk beats him to the punch. It came down to the two initiators picking up triple kills of their own. Both Paradox and Blackhawk really need to step up to get the team whatever the advantage they needed. But in the end, they just couldn't follow up. Galaxy Esports almost had this in the bag. What a standard pistol round, right? We saw
Exactly.
the typical initiation from Jed, dash in towards the button, try to close the door, and all of their teammates then try to flood into the side. Of course, the players of Orgless 5 were a little more comfortable exploring the rest of the side, going in from the stairs area as well, instead of just rushing in from lane 1. Yeah, the fact that they're able to move freely without getting too worried about the enemy utility is, I think, the comfort factor that they need. And this time you can also see why they're so damn comfortable. SED already moving into side, has absolutely nothing to worry about. Paradox and Lucia though, they go unchecked and Paradox still alive. SED finally has to swing wider than ever to shut him down, but the damage is already done.
It has. For both the rosters, in a way, the damage has been done. Galaxy Esports, I mean, with the door shotting, it's just a metaphor to the round shutting down on them. They can't do anymore. On the best in this one, and the 2 bullets of the headhunter, it's going to lose his head, counted down. So Galaxy Esports, it's a very good effort from their side, because he can do more. He's got the perspective. He just has to dry peek these scores, pushing into the bomb side. And oh, that's a nice sting, but a 4K from a CT. He took his revenge on his opposition from the previous round for him being the first casualty. Yes, Orgless 5 do take the round win, but then again, it did cost them like 3 of their members. So the majority of the team did die in this anti-eco. So the economies of both the teams, well, for the side of Galaxy Esports, yeah, it was a proper eco from them. We saw classics, nothing much. It's going to be 5 rifles for their side. As for Orgless 5, they'll have to scrap, save, and invest their way on over to round number 4. As for round number 3, the round at hand, if they can somehow win this with the lineup of guns we are seeing with the arsenal that they have, then fair play to them. However, this should be the round where Galaxy Esports get on board as well.
Wait, are you serious? Aside by himself going all the way towards Market? Doesn't even get close enough to back him up, but does he need that? No, he doesn't. Blackhawk now finally seeping through as they continue to take over the side. Lakhs is running alive. All those sound cues probably could have prompted SET to go ahead for the pre-fire, but he did not do it, so I guess he lives to fight another day. But the side is already lost. Surprisingly, plant hasn't come through yet. Now it does. They were probably waiting for the shock darts from Zai. That's probably why they didn't do one just yet. Now he tries to swing wide, and they both double peek from lane 1 and from B main. Lost somehow able to isolate one of the frags, but can't get them both. Whew. Seems like the buy rounds are certainly a little more favorable for the side of Orgless 5. They didn't start off with all that great weaponry. Of course, Galaxy Esports had their guns, but they walked away with the plunders of war. Vandals and Phantoms stolen, everyone having something or the other to take forward in the next round, so they don't have to expend too much.
It can save, and I think the cherry on top has got to be the fact that, you know, they've got the round, but I don't think that's the cherry on top. I think that's the foundation for the cake. That's exactly what Orgless 5 are looking for. They want to have their cake in terms of winning the rounds, and they want to eat it too in terms of just getting the weaponry. What did I say before? You know, when we were in the pre-match presentation clips, that when Orgless 5 played their previous match against the side of Team Arrow, they went on their attack 11-1. So far, yes, it's far too early to call 11-1, but with 3-0, they are paving their way and they are setting the boundaries where Galaxy Esports can and what they can't do. Galaxy Esports are trying their best, and now this is an entirely different Orgless 5. The subset of being aggressive, the subset of pushing through in your face has now been substituted into letting the defenders peek, and the defenders are peeking these angles. Look at that, Jet and Lucia. They peek those angles. Lucia has died. Rossi playing a very close quarter combat angle with that frenzy won't be good for any kills. That's just a frenzy against Bulldogs and Vandals. And in this case, Orgless 5, they lured their opposition. They waited for Galaxy to make the peaks, and even if they did, it still ended in the same result.
Slow and steady wins the race. Orgless Fire not ready to take any risks as they move into the B side. You could see that even with a minute passed on the clock, they did not move ahead of B main. They were just waiting for the players of Galaxy Esports to peek out. Of course, Orgless Fire know that they have the better weaponry, so they'll win the duels. But they would rather not push in and die to crossfires. They are much more comfortable letting the clock tick down and hoping that Galaxy Esports reveal themselves and, you know, make mistakes, which will make the round a little bit easier for them.
Oh. Oh.
He's done
Okay.
for. I mean, lost, accepted his death. That's why he went for a 360-degree jump before he finally hit the ground. I mean, if I'm gonna ragdoll my way to the ground, I might do it while looking cool. That's his philosophy.
Yeah. Might as well bag yourself a gold medal in gymnastics if you're gonna fall like that. But right now, I think it's Orgless 5 going gold. And I mean that, looking at their ult economy, if we have a look at the player icons, 3 of them have got their ultimates unlocked. As for the side of Galaxy Esports, it's only going to be Paradox with the Seekers ready, although the other members of the defense are still there with the ultimates. And I sincerely think, Crips, ults can be the factor allowing the members of Galaxy to win a round or to win more of these gunfights. Because if they're dry peeking these angles, they may lose. Let's have a look at a CT pushing into the bomb site. Well, Kultazar, he gets 1 kill, and okay, this from Orgless 5, I'm not really sure what they were going for, but it still can end profitable if they would like to. I mean, it's only Blackhawk who has been down now. He gets entirely finished. 3 attacking members, all of them on A main, all of them dry peeking angles, and it's still a 2 versus 2 after all that has been said and done in the aftermath of this war.
Amazing stuff. So, Orgless 5 have already used up 2 of their ultimates. They used the Null Command and the Hunter's Fury. Still, they did not get an advantage. It's still a 2v2. And with the Seekers committed, Paradox waited for the perfect opportunity to use his own ultimate and finds out everything he needs. Oh, gets at least 1 kill. So, he's done his job well. Lucia now at least has an idea of where the spike is.
The
as soon as it
time.
goes down, he knows there's not many places else he can go. And Wimp being on 1 HP definitely eases things up.
All of this comes down to time. Just how much time will Lucia exactly have? Now, the astral cosmic divide dissipates, so all sorts of body fuel will go through, and Wimp, oh, he catches Lucia off guard. The turret revealed the location, he shot it, but in doing so, he shot himself in the foot and in the body by the gun. So I'd say that, yeah, another round for Orgless 5. This was, again, Orgless 5 are just trying like the substitution tactic, right? 1 round we're aggressive, 1 round we're passive. Let's not give a lot of information to our opponents what exactly we're going to do. But they have these 2 strategies. The thing is, in incorporating and in indulging these 2 strategies, at times they're going to make mistakes. And this felt like a round, like you mentioned, Clips, where they almost had made the mistake. They almost could have lost. But that 1 HP clutch, well, it secured the deal regardless.
Yeah, that's the Esports now reaping what they sowed. They made the mistakes, couldn't punish the mistakes of Orgless 5, and now they have to fight with eco weapons. At least they have these 2 ultimates, which are paying to it and tenfold. A kill by Rossi with the Blade Storm, and another one with the Tour de Force, and Lost has the cheekiest weapon. They won't check him. The patience is not even required. First kill down. He needs help, but Blackhawk will burn him alive. Lucia trying to go behind, has the potential to break the lockdown. Will he kill Blackhawk first? No. His priorities are set. Blackhawk realizes he's trapped, has to make a run for the site. He can go for the plant, but he will be trapped the moment he plants it into the ground. 1 flash is all he needs. Will he be able to get it? Yes!
Wait.
He battles them both! Such a valuable flash, he almost lost it! But Lucia takes control before it gets too south. Goes out of hand, and oh my lord, Blackhawk gave me the scare of a lifetime over there. Imagine if another clutch came through from the members of Orgless 5. First that 1 HP clutch from Wimp, and now this almost clutch from Blackhawk. Oof, would have been a heartbreaker for Galaxy.
Certainly would have been, but this round, regardless, was a bank breaker for their side. I mean, yeah, the Tour de Force came in clutch, and Lucia, he survives with that 1 singular Phantom, and that's the thing. Well, the side of Galaxy, they can still go for that full buy, but for how long? Now, keep in mind, they have won a round, so their entire loss bonus has been reset, Crips. And if they lose this round, the next one certainly has to be something along the lines of a semi-buy, or rather an entire eco with classics and just upgraded pistols. So they have to be careful with how they play this one out. And now, we've got the operator from Rossi. This is exactly what we want to see. We want to see Galaxy Esports taking fights from afar, getting a single kill, and then just falling back. It's one of the classic tactics we've not just seen in esports, but like actual military war. You know, you get a kill, fall back into the trenches. You get a kill, fall back. That's exactly what Galaxy have to do. They cannot take multiple gunfights on the front because no matter what happens, Orgless 5 will find a way to equalize the man count one way or another. Now, at the moment, looking at how the man count has been spread, you have that once over on attack respawn for Orgless 5, getting information, waiting for backstabs. The entire team is on A main, and they need to figure out a way to execute onto the bomb side. KO's ultimate can help, but what they really need is an opening, is an opportunity.
But Galaxy Esports isn't giving them an opening. It seems like they will have to create openings of their own. The moment the null command gets popped, a Hunter's Fury forces them all to play dodgeball, and Rossi's bullets cannot be dodged. This man cannot be denied, but Hacker finds him through the walls. That's the opening they needed. A revive in the open? Very, very brave, and it kind of acts like a bait because Lost tried to go for the shot, but he got shut down instead. Galaxy Esports equalizing all the man advantage that they had lost at one point, and Wimp once again on 1 HP. Somehow breaks the flash as well, and Blackhawk, can he, not Blackhawk, I mean Paradox, can he actually pull this one off? No time available, so Wimp has to go for the fight, but I think he knows he's lost this one. Oh my lord. The only way Galaxy Esports was able to win this one was by making sure that they don't expend too much utility at the start of the round. And when I say this, I want to point out the amount of utility Hacker had already used before they went into the site. He'd already expended his Nebulas, Blackhawk had already activated his suppression blade and the null command. They got shut down before they could even exit the B main region and enter the site. So that's probably because they were not able to bait out a utility from Galaxy Esports when they first went for the fake. That's why when the actual execute came in, Galaxy Esports was more than prepared. They did not even displace them.
Exactly. Now, yet again, now Galaxy Esports, you know, now they're just reaping the benefits of the previous round of having that operator. And as soon as this operator has come in, I think it plays far more metaphorical meaning to the members of Galaxy because they just have this confidence with them that they can openly peek these angles without constantly dying by the members of Orgless 5. And now with the Phantom, okay, Kultazar still in the bomb side. Blackhawk, we've seen these pop flashes before. He knows the location of Kultazar. He's got 10 bullets in the magazine right now. He'll be peeking, and Kultazar, I'm not really sure where he was looking. He knew the KO was right here towards tree. He flashed his way through. However, still, same end for both of them, regardless if it was the Astra, if it was the KO. The side of Orgless 5 face another defeat, and I think now, Crips, the members of Orgless 5 have reached this saturation point where they have, you know, boiled every single one of their strategies time and time again, playing passively, playing aggressively, rushing into the bomb side, using your smokes, you know, diving in as the jet as well as what Acete is doing. And now, because of the fact that this saturation point has been reached, Galaxy Esports are well aware of these strategies, and for that exact reason, for the past 3 rounds, Orgless 5 have been without a single win. They need to break the chain, they need to break the cycle of falling into these same things over and over again as Lost. I'm not really sure what he was trying to fall into. Just out in the open.
Exactly. Even if he tried to go towards the main or link, it would have been a bit too weird for the Sova to do that. I thought maybe the Jet could pull it off. And no cover for him. Backup is just not on time at all, and Galaxy Esports are losing their trades due to just terrible positioning and terrible timing. Paradox spraying in the dark, hoping for a lucky shot to connect, but Kultazar, he creates lock of his own, and he doesn't give a damn, shooting down everyone who's trying to move in, somehow
God.
isolating all the frags, more than making up for the mistakes of his teammates. And now Sai, he's got to be scratching his head, figuring out how on earth did we go from a 4v2 to a 1v2 so quickly. But he stuck past 3. They don't expect him to come from this region. Oh, this could be massive. Sai has the perfect positioning. They are not at all aware about him being here. But one timely fash gets Paradox whatever he needs. Oh, and look at the sound cues that Sai is faking. He's hoping that they'll fall for the bait, hoping that they'll expect him to run through that area. But nah, Kultazar tries to go for the peak regardless, and the quad kill for him secures the round. Although, not really agreeing with the way Kultazar walked in over there. That's basically giving Sai a 1v1, and it could have gone wrong. But they somehow managed to come together anyway. 5-4, it seems like this team is not completely out of this game yet. They have something to fight for.
Certainly not. As a matter of fact, I mean, I think that as soon as the side swap happens, things may go in the favor of Galaxy Esports. Again, like, bringing double initiators, both of the teams, they have practically similar rosters. Yes, we have one or two substitutions here and there. KO versus Sky, Chamber versus KJ. But I'd still say that, yeah, AA is dependent on how they're playing. And both of these teams, they're not afraid of being aggressive. Look at CT right now. We saw this a while ago, and it's happening yet again. It was the dual link push. 3 members from main, 2 from market. And regardless of what happens, Orgless 5, they take side control. But yet again, earlier it was Lost. Now it was Lucia. Same corner. It's that same nano storm grenade that just absolutely takes away heaps and heaps of HP. 34, and this 2-day force, but it... Why? Huh?
There's so many questionable things happening in this round.
Uh-huh.
I mean, not only did he get detained deliberately, the lockdown was placed after they already got control of the site. Lucia trying to stab people through the corners. Finds out where SCT is, but he might have just summoned him all the way towards spawn, swinging wide and taking care of the 2-the force. Galaxy Esports are losing numbers, and time is already passed. There's no way they can somehow win this round. Might as well just go for the save, and Rossi's already doing it. Okay, I'm confused, CCV. First of all,
Yeah.
it's the side of Orgless 5 getting into the side, taking control, and then committing the lockdown. Whereas usually they should have initiated with the lockdown to make things easier for themselves. They wouldn't have lost all
I
those
think
players. Maybe they were just
they
trying to buy
realized the
time.
opportunity. I don't know. That it could be that, or they just realized the opportunity where CT got that kill and then Blackhawk got the second kill as well. They realized that, you know what, we've killed both the ankles and the B-bomb side. There's no need for a lockdown. I think they were relying on that. It was a backup plan. They were relying on a CT and Blackhawk getting the kills. Had they not, then they would have committed the lockdown earlier and executed, and then 3v5 or whatever would have happened. But their plan A worked. I guess that was the... And now, well, what is the plan of Galaxy Esports? I'm sorry, I've just cut myself off, but the B-bomb side is empty. Yes, they have a kill to show for it. You've got the Sova gone off the board. But then again, the side of Galaxy Esports, they have to opt for this retake yet again. Now, there is no Killjoy lockdown, but there is still a lot of utility that Orgless did not have to spend in initiating this execution. And this utility can allow them to, play this post-plan scenario. And with the spike being down, there is a lot of time that Orgless 5 have to buy, but not enough manpower to buy it with.
Oh my god, but at least they're able to keep the manpower. It's still a 3v3. Blackhawk getting all the cheeky frags, but Rossi's cheeky position will be dealt with. Him trying to go for the shorty kill will be only good for one. And on the verge of an ace, Blackhawk stands on the precipice of glory. Lucia will deny him, but I think the round is more or less secure. Hacker has a very easy job of putting down an 8-player on 20 HP. Well done from the side of Orgless 5.
Last round before the
Galaxy
switch.
Esports were banking on a fertile retake, but it did not come through. The Cosmic Divide that they committed for this one, it bought them a little bit more space, letting Rossi do those cheeky things and helping them get all the way to the bottom of lane 1 so that they have multiple angles to just swing down from or just jump into the side with. I guess they were just hoping for a miracle with that one because it is a risky play and they knew it. They were hoping for surprise factor to work. But Orgless 5 consider all the surprises.
They have. And at the moment now, it's the final rounds, the ultimate round of the first half. 7-5 still on the board, and I'd say that's a pretty bang-on result for the side of Galaxy Esports. They wouldn't be unsatisfied with it. On the contrary, they should be pretty happy if they can win this round. Even with an 8-4, I have to say, for a second, I did get confused. Yes, I did. It was my mistake. I thought Rossi was on the opposite team. But regardless, well, the members on the opposite team right now, they are dueling each other. Rossi's still in the corner. He finally spots an opponent, not a teammate. It's going to be off versus off very soon. Sai with the frenzy. Oh, no. He dinks Rossi, but he loses his life in doing so. Paradox is also alive. He gets the kill. However, looking at the members of Orgless 5, they are quite spread apart. And what is going on, Rossi? This is just... okay. Parkour is happening. You then have KO. You have Blackhawk who can isolate these gunfights. But he was in such a vulnerable position. He couldn't really do much. Yeah, look at the players. That was... What were we seeing? A ranked match? Yeah.
Oh no, that's not even ranked match. These are just emotions brimming from the players, man. Oh, Galaxy Esports woke up and chose violence. They don't smoke top mid, but they want to fight mid anyway. They want to push players into B-Link. Whether it's the Jet, whether it's the Sova, they want to push all the way through. They want to nip this in the bud. They want to stop the members of Orgless 5 before they can even commit towards B main or even get their bearings right. And for the most part, I think they did it well. The surprise factor, it didn't work for Galaxy Esports for the last 2 rounds, but it worked this time around, certainly. I mean, if you can't convince them, then just confuse them. That's the that's the method that Galaxy Esports is adopting right now.
Absolutely. Now, though, the confusion, where does it inherently lie? Are Galaxy Esports going to be confused by the utility usage that Orgless 5 are spending, thinking about where the anchors are placed and what positions are they holding? Or is it going to be Orgless 5 falling for the fakes of the attackers? Well, already we have a major kill. It's going to be Lucia off the board, and as your Sentinel gone, post-clone is going to get a bit more difficult. Granted, yeah, Chamber, he really isn't the best post-plant Sentinel. You know, you always have KJ. She has to be the best. But with him being off the board in the pistol round, nonetheless, it's a big blow to the attackers. However, they get back multiples. They get one. Well, that's another kill for the side of Lost, and now it is Orgless 5 who do not have the man advantage. They are down a man. They have to look for the retake. It's going to be shock darts, recon bolts, everything being traded around the center. Sai gets a beautiful headshot. The spike has gone down. Rossi peering through lane. He has spotted multiple members. The spam comes through. It's gonna be Vim securing the kill, but Kultazar, the MVP, the clutch master, is still here with a full set of HP. Now the turret can tag him, but he tags Vimp all the way to 0. Galaxy Esports, they get their 6th, and they start off the second half in the correct manner with the victory in the pistol.
What a back and forth round. Galaxy Esports started off the round well by getting the picks that they needed, but after that, I thought it was a bit chaotic, especially when they were not taking the post-plant positions and just straight up opting to fight after the spike went down. Questionable plays, but they're able to somehow cull the numbers of Orgless 5 and bring the round back. And with this pistol win, they might have the opportunity to tie up the scoreline.
They've gone for the proper anti-eco buy. We can see 5 Spectres on board. A Marshall is there for the side of Orgless 5 in the CT. He's got to make big work with this. Marshall only Jet. We've seen this before, but in, well, YouTube videos. CT though, he doesn't care. He still gets the headshot. And now on towards the A-bomb side, we have the execute in full force. Hacker, he can get one kill. Can he pick up the Spectre? Yes, he does. He's looking for another. That'll be it. A classic kill. I mean, it's still better than none. And with the CT being on board, with him having the Marshall, it can be a big influencing factor. But look at Lucia. The flash goes through. He peeks his way. He knows members of Orgless 5 are here near 3. And that's exactly where the massacre is happening. Thanks to Kurtzard. He gets a double. That's going to be the 3K. And again, this Astra and whatever weapon she has in her hands just domination and decimation.
Indeed, the superior weaponry helped Galaxy Esports win this round, but Lost, I have to say that he was a damn good salesman in this one. This guy, all by himself, went towards the top of mid and tried to fight towards market instead, hoping to convince the members of Orgless 5 that Galaxy Esports are going for a mid to B approach. And with that, he managed to keep 3 defenders stationed on the B side, bought enough space for his teammates who were knocking on the doors of Ace Shot to capture the site and then hold on, get into good positions and just play the first one perfectly. Good detection. Drones and wolves being exchanged back and forth, but Blackhawk's flash this time doesn't work. Lucia is already way past the no-limit return. Site having just a headshot angle, hoping to get a pick or two, but he realizes he's too out in the open, has to fall back into the side. But now Site is stuck on an island. He has got no backup, no one come to help him, and so many members fighting him at the same time, but he still manages to isolate 1v1s. I have no idea how Rossi didn't get raided out immediately, but at least Kukurat finds the kills on the others. Could have been a collateral, and the defenders hold on. Lovely stuff from a Site and Hacker. I have to commend these players thoroughly. My goodness, Asiti just managing to stay alive for so long, even though he was isolated like that, has to be commended. And Hacker also came in just at the right time.
Exactly that. Not only Cite being alive, but the fact that he was dragging all of this attention, allowing the reinforcements to come through from the members of Orgless 5. I think that was the major factor, because had Hacker not been in that position, had it been even seconds late, we would have, I mean, immediately dove right into like a post-clan scenario, something along the lines of that, where it could have been the game of either one of the teams. But Hacker, he caught the opposition just in the nick of time, and that allowed the round to go in favor of Orgless 5 and their full buy to give them the benefits of having the better weaponry. But it did cost them a significant amount. You know, we have a CT now without full armor. Blackhawk has got the Spectre, so does Wimp, and this round is going to be a bit more difficult to navigate through. But then again, even Galaxy Esports, you know, they are going through what exactly they should opt for. And this, to an extent, is also a pretty important round, because now we are nearing the stage of the second half where ultimates are going to be a normal factor. And in the first half, we witnessed that ultimates were really just very like, there was a lot of regular usage of ults. It wasn't like a specific round where a team was investing 4 of their ults. No, every single round you had something or the other. Had it been the 2-Ray Force, had it been the Killjoy Lockdown, the Jet Bladestorm as well, even the Cosmic Device, those were pretty damn important as well. And that's something I like from these teams, is that they're looking to incorporate these ults on the basis, like they're trying to improvise their usage, not have a pre-planned route. Like if you're an attacker, okay, sure, you will have those planned, you need to for your executions, but on the go, on the fly, the fact that both Galaxy and Orgless 5 can come up with the uses for their ults really means a lot in helping them secure those round wins, on the contrary to just using their primary, secondary and special abilities. Right now, you know, we've got both the Jets with the Bladestorm, but Lucia, he just shoots at the very wrong time, but Wim's there in the corner. He was just blinded from all these angles. It's a proper execute happening from the members of Galaxy Esports. Now Hacker, he was on the bomb side and he couldn't really do much. And we have Sai spamming through with the reveal. Paradox will be good for another kill. And this just means that Orgless 5, their numbers are dwindling down. They cannot hold off the executions that are happening from the side of Galaxy Esports. They're looking for the retake.
Oh my God.
Cite, another kill for him onto the Classic, but this time couldn't click. However, Sai, he has a very important information. Probably he knows both of the attackers are in hell. He does not have any utility. What does he do?
He's being baiting out. Sai knows that at least Kultizar is present over here, but he's hearing Lucia as well. Does he go for the wide peak? Nah, even with the narrow one, he's not safe. They know that he's on top, waiting for the drop, and they get the 8th one. Galaxy Esports, just after conceding one round to the members of Orgless 5, they win it back again. And you know what happens when you lose a round after winning one? It's economic doom. Orgless 5 are reset, back to just Sheriffs, back to square one. How will they recover from this loss?
Yeah, temporarily, I believe Orgless 5, they will have to give up the lead. I think for the first time, we will be seeing the side of Galaxy Esports. I mean, if this round goes the way we all think it will, with Galaxy Esports winning their full buy, it will mean the fact that Orgless 5, they will be losing. Good duo of shock darts. You know, the bounces, they're always fun. Even with the recon bolts, it's nice to follow them. Not nice if you're on the opposite team, they can be very annoying to track.
Yeah.
But yeah, as a spectator, it's always good. But right now, I think the round and the course of how it's going to play will be far better. Lost again the same position. And Vim, once again, he's caught off guard from that same angle from the side of Garden. He wasn't checking that. And now yet again, it's the same story as what happened in the previous round. The members of Galaxy Esports, they pushed into the bomb side, and it's far too difficult for Orgless to hold them through. In the previous round, Orgless had rifles to, you know, hold off the attackers with and to keep them at bay. Here, they did not even have that luxury. They had upgraded pistols, so certainly it was going to spell the same word over and over again.
Yeah, but at least even though they're on an equal round, I like the fact that Orgless 5 are being a little creative with their pushes. After those bunch of shock darts that we saw from Sai, Acer pushed out of B main, spotted nobody over there and went all the way towards Link, where he then died to a player on high mid. So consider what this does, right? Galaxy Esports now have to all the time keep at least one player stationed on high mid, and most of the time it's going to be Lucia. That's one less player available for the actual pushes. Oh, but even when you go for the actual push, it's not enough when you have the full force of Rossi. Blackhawk also shutting down Lucia, and this is towards mid. So the players of Orgless 5 are finding kills everywhere, both towards short, towards B main, and sometimes without even a line of sight. There's really not much that these guys can do when they can't even see their enemies. Oh my god, it's like fighting Harry Potter with an invisibility cloak.
Well, for the very least, Galaxy Esports, they won't be going off with their nose cut off, or they still have given a great performance, so that's a plus for them. Even if they lose this map, I'd say the fact that they've already garnered 9 rounds, and in my opinion, I think they will reach double digits sooner rather than later, means that they have given an excellent performance to the opposition. I was expecting something along the lines of like a 13-6, 13-7, but no, Galaxy have shown they have been working all of their maps and their overall team performance and their coordination alongside communication. Kultazar has had enough of this. He is like, Blackhawk, no, you can't keep on doing this. I'm gonna place down the Nova, but he gets flashed himself. That's going to be a flawless round. And yeah, that's that. Orgless 5. I mean, this round was just as soon as the flooding of kills happened early on, and Galaxy Esports soon realized that they were just in a mess that they had to exit out of. Exiting that mess costed them a lot more than entering did. I mean, Kultazar was the only member alive. He had, he had the spike, couldn't really do much with it. Although this round, Crips, I think this round decides so much. We have 4 ultimates for Orgless 5, 3 ultimates for Galaxy. Yes, the credit economy of Galaxy Esports isn't the best. I mean, Paddox can absolutely go for a full buy if he would like. Lucia as well, he's got the full armor. He can go for a rifle. Utility is going to be the major factor. Like, can Galaxy go for all of the utility that they would like to go? We can already see the Tour de Force is in fashion. The round for double digits, very influential, and the team that wins this, they'll have a strong grip over the lead for the remaining course of the regular half.
Yeah, and it's not just the Tour de Force that could be a major factor. Lost has the Hunter's Fury available, but I kind of feel like Lost is not going to use it immediately. He's most probably saving it for when Wim puts his lockdown. And, that's the standard relationship between a Sova and the Killjoy, forever separated, just waiting for each other. The couple can't be united like that, but you know what can be united? The forces of the players of Galaxy Esports. These guys, if they hit a site all together and just bulldoze their way through, they can make it, unless it's the A side, because that has been completely stacked by the members of Orgless 5. This stack that these guys have put up, it's kind of dangerous, because of course all the Killjoy utilities present on the A side, but then so are the players, and B is absolutely empty. No players, no utility either. I mean, it's not like it's an eco and Orgless 5 have to just stack the side to gamble. This is a proper buy round. I don't know why they're going for a risky approach like this in a buy round. Of course, I realize that the audience cannot see the mini-map right now because they're busy looking at the faces of the players. But just something that I wanted to point out. And I like to point out Lucia's ultimate, because up until now, every time the members of Orgless 5 have been on an eco, they push out, right? And the one thing that they have noticed is that Lucia will always stay towards high mid. So with that information in mind, Orgless will probably cater their backstabs around the positioning of these Galaxy players that they have, all the info that they have. And if Galaxy just change even a few details about this, then Orgless 5 will be very, very confused in terms of where to hit. At least there is a pattern in that. If SCD is pushing out a B main, then Sai and Blackhawk will play a little more conservatively towards A. Similarly, if a Sai pushes out of A shot, a CD will hold the fort towards the B side without aggressing further. This time though, absolutely nobody present towards the B side from the defenders. No Killjoy utility either. This is too brave of a stack. I like it. I like these risky pushes. And of course, the risk pays off heavily for them. SCT and Sai both getting a kill each. What do you do now?
Well, it's going to be a trade. Hunter's Fury right now, they're looking for kills, they tag, they have to back off to the members of Galaxy Esports. They cannot push on with 3 members, let alone 3 support players. You've got a Sentinel, you've got a Controller, you've got an Initiator. You have lost the spearhead of your attack, the person quite literally heading the team into the bomb side, and with an Operator peeking down the corridor, having a look at A main. As soon as this Nebula dissipates, it will spell doom. Lost, you better use this cloud to just go back. Nah, he keeps his position.
Oh.
Okay, And he gets the reward for being this brave. He gets the kill and allows a chance of opportunity. Although Orgless 5, they're looking to shut it down even further with this Cosmic Divide. Now Blackhawk, he knows about the position of the Sova. Lucia on the other side of the map. I mean, look at the ripples going through for the side of Galaxy Esports towards mid. Lost in the bomb side. He's good for another. He is causing ruckus, but with his body goes down something far, far more important to the attackers. It is the spike. Lucia is right here. He's looking for the kill onto Blackhawk. Blackhawk, he's got to stay in this corner for a couple more seconds. He has to wait for his teammate. It's going to be a long rotation, and it's going to be the spike going down. Orgless 5, even though they got the 5 versus 3 creeps, Galaxy have still managed to convert it into a 2 versus 1 absolutely in their favor.
Wimp. He used his lockdown on the A side for absolutely no reason. Feeling heartbroken already that he used his ultimate for no good, and then he walks into the site like that just to get decapitated. Man, you gotta be feeling bad for Wimp right now. Okay, but there were a lot of questionable plays in this round, weren't there? First of all, the spike carrier from Galaxy Racer, why is he venturing into the site alone? Why is Lost carrying the spike into B when his teammates are nowhere close? Yeah, sure, he somehow managed to evade Blackhawk long enough to get into the site, but what can you do after that? You lost the spike. Blackhawk is in full control now. It just so happened that Blackhawk is alone on the B side. If Wimp was present with him, this would have been a lost round for Galaxy. So both the teams making big mistakes, but somehow Galaxy make less mistakes and they win a round. Not gonna commend any of them though. Back and forth trades, and Sai is able to puncture away at Paradox. Turn by turn, piercing his body with the shock darts, and if you get a kill, you go for the bill.
For the side of Galaxy Esports, they still have another initiator on boards. It's not that big of a loss, but still 4 versus 5, op versus op. It's gonna peak. Rossi off, but it's going to be the smoke, you know, just blocking the line of sight for either one of the players and for the teams as well. Galaxy Esports, they don't know what's on the other side of the smoke. They're hearing spam fire all throughout. They're investing utility. They're hearing the opposition invest utility as well, but a CT, yet again, same angle and same player. But same result, Lost gets the better of his opponent. And it just means that Orgless 5 there, without that operator being on board, without a CT as the jet having the operator, it's going to be a bit more difficult dealing with this execution. However, what execution? Galaxy Esports, they've got 25 seconds. Exactly. The spike is traveling through mid. What's going to happen?
And they don't even have time to come through this place. Blackhawk is just trying to hold on, hoping that he can delay and disrupt, but they will capture the site anyway. But can they go for the plant? Spike just about transporting to the other side, somehow goes through unharmed, and they get it in the nick of time. Rossi also now alleviating the pressure, which had already been alleviated as soon as the spike went down. But still, Galaxy Esports, I cannot recommend them doing this again because this was just so close for comfort, right? A whole minute has passed and you've only just traded 1 kill each. With like 20 seconds left, you try to go in towards mid-market and you find the door closed over there already. If Blackhawk wasn't stuck on an island, then I think the players of Orgless 5 could have defended this site and denied the spike plant. And this has happened twice when Blackhawk has found himself asking for backup but not receiving it.
Exactly. My point being, I mean, Galaxy, they won the previous round not because of their own play, but I think it was on the basis of the mistakes that were made from the side of Orgless 5. That is what allowed Galaxy to, I mean, not to win that. They just got handed the victory. That was practically it. Orgless 5, it wasn't just a CT missing his shots. Okay, twice same angle operator, I get it. You know what happens to the best. But you've got to shake things up if it has happened already once. You can't keep on holding the same angle. At least don't do it now. Well, I don't think Orgless 5 can do it now. They don't have the operator. It's going to be an eco. And I think this means that the side of Galaxy Esports, they'll be on match point pretty soon if they can isolate these gunfights. Orgless 5 have to be a bit more passive. And yet again, it's not Blackhawk, rather it's a CT playing that corner, playing that shack corner. He's got the classic. I don't think Orgless 5 have a chance to win this. You know, they're not even trying to be aggressive. They're just looking for information because they don't have a lot of utility to get that information with. They have to face check everything. And in doing so, well, obviously, it's classics up against Vandals, Phantoms. You are going to lose out on your lives. And that's exactly what happened. So the side of Galaxy Esports, just clean up beauty for them. And it's match point for them, more optimistically.
30 seconds left.
They can win this map, then they definitely have a good chance going into Haven, which is their own map pick. Nice flank from Lucia. He
Icebox.
can shut them all down over here unless Light checks for this.
Remaining.
And even if he does, he can't get the kill. It's Wimp left, hoping to find the weapon, something to carry forward into the
Spike
last round
planted.
when his team is struggling to get both rounds and money. Nice! Can definitely get them both. Oh my god. He did more than what was expected of him, but again, it doesn't affect the big picture.
Right. So, yeah, Wimp, he's not going to be going for that anytime soon. He'll just be looking to save. And I mean, A has to be the smarter decision right now, I'm not going to lie. Because just in this scenario, having the operator in only 20 HP, yes, we've seen him clutch with 1 HP as well. But any kills you get, it's going to be a bonus for the side of Orgless 5 as well. This operator, though, that is the primary asset that will enable them. If there's anything in the world that will enable Orgless 5 to get 3 rounds consecutively in order to allow for overtime, because that's what they have to play for now, it can be that operator in the correct hands. And right now we have, it looks like Lost unfortunately has, no, he's back. All right, so I'm not really sure, maybe something along the lines of a technical issue because of which he died in the previous round with the spike blasting. But regardless of that, Galaxy Esports, with how it stands right now, they're looking fine, no issues. Their team is on the brink, right here on the outskirts of victory, letting themselves just to get that match point and to get that very much needed 1 point in the overall group standings, because that is what Galaxy are playing for. After having played 5 best of 3s, they are just, like I said, on the brink of getting into the playoffs. They're on spot number 5 right now. If they can get this, they can go through into the top 4, which is exactly where they would like to be for the season 4.
Well. Galaxy Esports now reaping the rewards of the lack of the mistakes they did. There were certainly some rounds where both of these teams made some questionable plays, but somehow, even though Galaxy Esports were not leading at the start of this game, they found themselves, they found the footing they needed. Imagine going from 5-0 to now having map point. And the next map is your pick. Of course, you have a chance to win this entire series cleanly. 2 points are something that Galaxy Esports desperately need, whereas at the start of this game, we were just hoping that if they get 1, that would be great.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd say that, yeah, Galaxy Esports, they have proven me wrong. I was expecting Orgless 5 to win, but I'm happy Galaxy have proven me wrong. Like I said, they have shown to everyone they have absolutely improved. I mean, this is a result that should put them on the table, that should put them on the radar of everyone. It's a result not achieved quite yet, but they're almost there. We are through now with round number 22. We're going to be away. All the issues have been resolved. All 10 of the players, as we saw on cams, are ready to initiate this round. And what better way to start off with the action phase? We have not yet gotten a single kill. Not even a duel has taken place. Having a look at Orgless 5, they're playing this quite passively. Only Wimp on the B bomb site right now, and you have multiple members on A. And again, a CT is also pushing through. A Sai gets stacked to 10 HP. He will be using up his shock darts, looking to get a frag. But all 10 of the players yet to find a kill, a casualty, nothing has happened. And Galaxy Esports, they need some sort of method of getting information that there are so many defenders on bomb side, do not go A. And the death of Lost, I think that will speak for itself. I'm not really sure why Lost was the one on A main and not, the Jet. But regardless of that, Rossi is still here with 42 HP, kicking about. He's got the operator as Lucia. He plans on making a brave attempt of getting a cheeky 1-2 double kills. The spike has moved on over to B, so we know where the execute is gonna happen.
Imagine if he gets this kill. Sai still getting the frag. And it's just Kultazad all by himself against this big bad world. That's partially because Paradox is having technical difficulties and I don't see him moving, so it is just him. Spike down, Paradox AFK. Yeah. This round belongs to the side of Orgless 5, and you know what's even worse? Paradox will survive this round with nobody hunting him down. He's gonna have an economic penalty in the next one.
Yes, that is true. He won't get the bonus. So, I mean, if he stays alive, he'll still have the rifle, I believe. That's still good, but no economic advantage. That's going to be a big blow, and Galaxy Esports yet again looking through, like, they have a couple of tech issues. It's been going on for the past 1 or 2 rounds. It's still affecting them. Hopefully it can be solved, like, I'd say permanently, so that they can play Icebox pretty safe and sound, and maybe Haven even safe and sound as well, without having to deal with these issues. Because when you're so close to winning the map, more so winning the map of your opposition, you would not like something along the lines of tech issues, just sabotaging your attempts to take the victory here. In the previous round, something, I don't know, something better could have happened had Paradox been there. Absolutely. Could Galaxy have won the round? I, I differ not, but they absolutely could have gotten more kills to their liking. Regardless of that, as of now, the round is over. We're in the prep phase, and we'll be waiting for all 10 of the players to make sure that they are ready, and for all issues to be resolved as well. But as of now, I've got to say, on the side of Galaxy Esports, they've got 2 rounds, and they still have solid chances of winning either one of them in order to take the win. It hasn't reached a point where I'll say that, okay, yeah, we are going into overtime. Orgless 5, they still need near miracles in order for them to win these 2 rounds consecutively.
The first miracle that they get is the fact that Galaxy Esports don't have the best weaponry, but they're still forcing the issue. I mean, they have the saved up bundle from the previous round in the hands of Paradox, but will he move? Will he do anything? I don't know. Kel'Thuzad is debating whether he should buy or not, because he's the only one who has money in the team. Nobody else has it. So maybe like he can go for a hero vandal buy or something like that. If he dies, hoping that his teammates will pick up the pace and go for it. Rossi has his Blade Storm, so yeah, some semblance of firepower is available on the side of Galaxy Esports, but this modicum of firepower, is that going to be enough to get them the final round that they need? They've got 3 ultimates, one of them being the Blade Storm, one of them being the Seekers, and then they also have the 2 of their 4. So maybe on the basis of just those arts, they can win. But can they
What
find the
if
picks that they need?
Well, I mean, it's an unlikely strategy, but it's a very logical one. Absolutely not irrational. If
Okay.
Paradox is AFK with the Vandal, what if Galaxy Sports calls someone from Orgless 5 into their spawn? They're like, kill him, get this free kill. Then Paradox's body, it drops the Vandal. Galaxy pick it up. The member from Orgless 5 goes back into their position in the bomb site, and then Galaxy Esports have a new Vandal, and the member from Orgless 5 gets a kill. I mean, it's a win-win. I'd say this is how war negotiations happen.
Yes, sir. Diplomacy at
Mm-hmm.
its finest. You strike me as
Yeah.
a player who's played a lot of Age of Empires. That's the kind of stuff that we used to do back in Age of Empires. When I was like, what, 7, 8 years old, I used to play that game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I lose a couple of my stations. The enemy gets a little bit of weaponry, but he doesn't finish me off outright. And then we just go our separate ways. Thank you so much for the business, sir. And yeah, diplomacy, man. Damn.
Is a very important factor, I have to say. I mean, we should have. I mean, the coach. It's a perfect role for something along the lines of that. But right now, no, it's the 10 players, and well, it's not going to be diplomacy. Rather, it's going to be the strategy being used up by these 10 players. They have to be the strategists themselves for the empire to make sure that it's going to be their roster ending up in the playoff stages as well. Both Orgless 5 and the side of Galaxy Esports as well. They aren't quite there yet. They still are looking for that one final win, a couple more points to allow themselves to be in the top 4 to go into the playoffs of season 4 here, the Gauntlet. So I'd say that, yeah, Ascent is a map up for grabs. 2 rounds, it can decide a lot of things. It can decide if you're going into overtime, or will Galaxy Esports shut this attempt from the side of Orgless 5 preemptively and take the map for themselves?
Will the Empire strike back? Will we see the return of Paradox? I mean, the return of the Jedi? Will there be a
Mhm.
new hope? I guess we will find out. But for now, we're going in a technical cooldown, ladies and gentlemen, as we wait for the members of Galaxy Esports to come back into the game. And when all the Star Wars references are done, hopefully these guys will also be ready to fight with better aim than those of Stormtroopers.
I did get that reference though. Even though I haven't seen Star Wars, I still got him. But
Take them back.
I'm not into fantasy. No, I'm sorry. But I'd say that the players. Okay, yeah. I think the technical issues, I mean, obviously every single time it does. If you're, in a professional team, they do harbor issues and you are just stopped in your way. Both, quite literally, you cannot continue anymore. You don't have the momentum. And even team wise, if you're busy fixing your issues, you don't have that time allocated towards talking with your teammates and making sure everyone is on the same page. Hopefully, these teams do not have to go through that, because both Orgless 5 and Galaxy Esports are extremely close to victory right now. Orgless 5 had almost tasted it when they had like 5-0, something along the lines of that in the first half. And even right now, they're not out of contention, not by a long shot. Rather, they're just close. They just need to win these 2 rounds, and they need to snatch it away from the members of Galaxy. As for Galaxy, they've got to win right now. I mean, granted, yeah, like you mentioned, the economy isn't doing well. So most likely in this round, I think we may see the Bladestorm from Rossi, and we may see attempts from the members of Galaxy Esports in order to save the rifles on their opposition and whatever their opponents are carrying. If they can save those rifles over to the next round, buy utility, drop weaponry, then we'll see a full buy. But long story short, I see this coming down to round number 24. I see this either going 12-12 or 13-1. This round more or less should go the way of Orgless 5, even after all these tech issues have happened as well.
Yeah, I mean, this gives them a long enough pause to think about what's been going wrong, what's been going right, Hannah. And
Yeah.
the pattern so far has been pretty clear. The only time the members of August 5 lose a round is when one of their players gets stuck alone, like let's say a CTA or Blackhawk. Time and time again, we've seen them ask for backup but not receive it, so the rotations have been a little slow. If they somehow fix that, if they somehow are able to rotate quickly enough to intercept Galaxy Esports, we might be able to see them push this into overtime. And when he doesn't need any backup, you've got Blackhawk spamming and even connecting some of the shots while he himself swings out of main and gets the first frag. That's lost down. And he was one of the most crucial players because he had a Hunter's Fury. Imagine how impactful that Hunter's Fury could have been in clearing all these angles and getting them the positions that they require. Oh my god, Paradox has disconnected once again. And even Paradox has been just keeping that Seekers in his backpack, but not getting the chance to use it because he's just simply not in the server. Oh my lord, and we can't even go for the reset now because the first blood has been drawn.
Yeah.
3v5.
Oh, could have almost been a 3v4. The gravity well now acting upon the members of Galaxy. Beautiful headshot. And another from the side of Rossi. And now he has infiltrated towards a defender spawn. Almost a CT draws out his own blades. It's going to be Jet versus Jet. Rossi, he gets a triple. This man cannot be stopped. Even if his teammates on there, he doesn't need anyone. He just needs the power of wind and his blades. And the wind gods align in his favor and his team's favor. Galaxy Esports, they have converted this technically 3 versus 5 into a sheer victory. 13-10. Look at Kultazar right now. He cannot believe this. He cannot. His face, sheer disbelief on his face, alongside hopefully all of ours as to how exactly have Galaxy Esports, more so Rossi, done this.
Oh my god. Imagine a situation when there's a 4 versus 5, one of your teammates does not have internet connection and that teammate has the Seekers available. A game-changing ultimate which can get you all the information, and once you have that information, you have a player like Lost who's got the Hunter's Fury. He can immediately go for the kills and clear out the most common angles. So that's 2 ultimates out of the picture. But then there's other 2 ultimates. That's the Bladestorm and the Tour de Force. They do all the work, and it was essentially a 3 versus 5 which they were able to win. Well, technically 2 versus 5 because that third person never even had to do anything. Kultazad, he did not even have to step up. He did not even have to show his face in order to get any kill, not even pick up any fight. His teammates just won the round for him. Practically a 2 versus 5 if you take a look at it objectively. Oh my god. If that's the amount of firepower that Galaxy Esports are bringing into this fight, then forget tactics. That's all they need. They get all the picks they want.
Yeah. We were talking about like war and strategy. I mean, if you have 50,000 men, yeah, and you're up against like, I don't know, 5, you're just gonna win. But in this case, these 5, this 5, they absolutely, went through the members of Orgless 5 like knife through a butter. But it did take them quite a while to heat up, essentially. Having a look at the highlights as well. Hopefully, we can bring them up on screen as soon as possible. We saw that early on, the side of Orgless 5 They were in control. They were in the driver's seat. Whatever was happening, it was happening because Orgless 5 wanted it to happen. Galaxy Esports, they were playing reactively, and it just was not working in their manner right from the get-go. This 1 versus 1. Had it gone the way of Paradox, we could have seen an entirely different affair between both of these rosters, but it didn't. Blackhawk secured the kill, and thus in doing so, he secured 4 more rounds consecutively for the attacking roster. Orgless 5 early on could not be stopped. Like you just mentioned, Crips, they were, I mean, having a look at these highlights, they were brute forcing their way through the defense of Galaxy Esports, pushing into market, run and gun with a Spectre from a CT, and guess what? It was still working for them.
Yeah, but the problem started when they started to rely on Blackhawk a bit too much. This round could have been an amazing clutch, and Blackhawk did have several moments where he was able to make game-winning plays, such as either liberate a 1v3 and turn it into a 1v1, or maybe kill the spike carrier. So he's getting all the impact frags, but then where's the follow-up? Even in this round, take a look at this. He's all the way towards generators. None of his teammates are anywhere close to him. And before they even get there, they die. He can't plant. He doesn't have any room to work with. So that's the kind of mistakes that Orgless 5 were making, because on several occasions, Galaxy Esports also gave them opportunities, but they were just simply unable to capitalize. Round in question, this one. Triple kill from Kel'Thuzad. Simply amazing. Would you expect a lone Astra without the ability to place any stars towards generator to get so many kills on the trot? No, sir, you do not. But it happens nonetheless. And I think it was just Blackhawk making those impact moments for Orgless 5, but the rest of his teammates were just simply not able to follow up. Especially Vimp, because he was mostly displaced and out of position so many times. This round,
That
though,
is true.
CCV,
I
yeah.
was speechless. In not the oh my god, what have I seen this way? In the oh my god, what
What
am I
am I seeing?
seeing way?
Yeah.
Exactly. But all right, all said and done, the second half was still far better and far more equal from both of the rosters as well. Galaxy Esports, they started winning, and that streak of win, just absolutely denying Orgless 5 mannerisms and denying them any opportunity to take rounds meant a lot in terms of the confidence as well. And in this case, I mean, the kills. Look at that, Lucia as the Sentinel. 270 average combat score, 23 kills, Rossi up to the mark as well. Consistent performances overall. Yeah, one can say that the likes of Lost, Paradox, and even Hack on the side of Orgless 5, like in terms of kills, if you look at it from a statistical point of view, they didn't have the best of performances. Rather, as initiators, as a controller, they still did their job. They were enforcing and facilitating all of those plays their teammates wanted in order to get the frags. Much like Blackhawk was quite self-sufficient as well with his flashes. There were numerous occasions where we saw him just right-click with the flash, peek the angle, get those kills, and that is something I've been loving about the KOs all over, not just in South Asia, but all over. The pop flashes, it's become a staple now, and every single time it's better than the last one.
I agree. Blackhawk and his pop flashes were simply amazing. He was the one who created the most impact for Oculus 5, but
Right.
unfortunately, that was not enough. Hopefully, it is enough in the next map, because that's going to be Icebox. But before we head into the chilly map, we're going to have to take a little chill pill, a little break. We'll be back in a bit, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere, as you guys are watching the LG Ultragear presents Tec Gauntlet, powered by Crucial, a gaming partner Intel, and a barrel partner 656. We'll be back in just a bit.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Hi guys, this is Zaya and welcome to Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. Gamers are an impatient bunch, and I've got a laptop just for you. Let's look at the top 3 reasons why the Acer Predator Helios 300 is perfect for the impatient gamer. Number 1. Its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, which brings out the potential of the GPU's high-speed GDDR6 memory to ensure faster experience with higher frame rates and lower latency. Gamers hate long load times. That's why our second reason is the Helios 300's 2TB PCIe SSD. The SSD operates at PCIe Gen 4 speeds, giving you incredible read-write speeds for a faster response time. If all this wasn't enough, check out reason number 3. The 5th Gen Aeroblade 3D technology plus Vortex Flow, which lets you say goodbye to heating issues. Shout out to the Predator Sense dashboard, which lets you monitor your system, overclock, and customize everything instantly from one place. I think it's clear that this system is geared for super fast results. Get your Acer Helios 300 powered by 11th Gen Intel Core processor now.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Hey guys, I'm Ankita. Welcome to Streamer Reviews, the place where you can watch gamers review the best new gaming laptops in the market. Gamers love exploring the vivid detailing of their favorite games. This demands a system that can support their immersive experience. So, we'll be checking out the Intel-powered Lenovo Legion 5, a laptop with features that let you dive into the exciting world of gaming. One of the most important aspects of the Lenovo Legion 5 is its 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, with a base clock speed of 2.3 GHz up to 4.6 GHz turbo. It flaunts 8 cores, 16 threads and 24 MB cache. The Legion 5 lets you untether your gaming experience with Intel Wi-Fi 6, ensuring you can enjoy your favorite games wherever you like. Play on the go with up to 75% less latency. The Lenovo Legion AI engine optimizes performance automatically to any of the top 16 AAA games you're playing, with auto detection dynamically allocating CPU and GPU usage accordingly to get up to 15% more FPS. Speaking of senses, there's another sense that's also important for an immersive experience: sound. Thankfully, the Legion 5 has this covered as well. A pair of stereo speakers enabled with dynamic audio gives you an immersive 3D audio experience. Why wait? Get your own Lenovo Legion 5 and dive into the world of gaming today.
the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Hey guys, this is Herman and you're watching Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers review the best new gaming laptops. All gamers want is a system that meets their need and can run their favorite games at high FPS. The MSI's GF63 Thin is a great laptop for this. The GF63 comes with an incredibly powerful 10th Gen Intel Core i5 processor. It's a hexa-core processor which lets you run more tasks at once and can boost up to 4.5 GHz of turbo in order to say bye-bye to both bottlenecks and lag, ensuring that low FPS will never affect your gaming experience. The Core i5 is also well supported by the GF63's GPU. Variants with the NVIDIA 1650 and RTX 1350 are both available. A solid RAM helps this Intel Core i5 processor access data at rapid speeds, allowing it to work efficiently and deliver the high FPS that you desire. The GF63 comes with up to 16 GB of DDR4 RAM, which is more than enough to meet your gaming needs. Being able to play some of your favorite online games at high FPS depends on seamless connectivity. Thankfully, the GF63 comes prepared with Intel Wi-Fi 6, which lets you download 3 times faster and reduces lag up to 75%. It's time to experience the peak performance with the Intel-powered MSI GF63 Thin. Get yours now. And do check out MSI's complete range of gaming laptops powered by Intel Core i5 and i7 processors.
Welcome back, everyone, to LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial with our apparel partner 656 and with our gaming partner Intel. Intel delivers the best gaming performance, so delivering the best overall gaming experience. So make sure to follow the hashtag Game with Intel. I'm CCB, joined alongside Crips, and we are here to bring forward group stage matches for Season 4. We've already seen a map of our first best of 3 right now between Orgless 5 and Galaxy Esports. And Crips, the map chosen by Orgless 5, it was the map of Ascent, but the victory taken by Galaxy. Heading on over to map number 2, what are your thoughts?
I really think that Galaxy Esports can take this map win. I have to point out that one of the key weaknesses of Orgless 5 and Icebox is that they don't have a clear aggressor. While Site being the Jet has on paper the role of being the aggressive player, we've often seen that even Sai and Wimp would like to take aggressive fights towards either A side or towards the middle region of the map. So if this overextension is something that Galaxy Esports can punish, then they can easily get the win, easily get the lead in the first half itself, especially when these guys are on the defensive side. Although, especially when these guys are on the attacking side, because August 5, even though they're on the defense, they sometimes tend to play a little aggressively and overpeak. If Galaxy Esports can punish it, then I think they can take the win. But if they cannot, well, then we have a competitive map on our hands.
Absolutely. I'd say that Galaxy Esports, okay, yeah, based on prior data, they have good chance of winning this. Although, yes, I did say the same for Orgless 5, and we can see where we ended up with them. But with the fact that Galaxy Esports having defeated Enigma, like we mentioned multiple times already in the pre-match presentation on the map of Icebox, I'd say that Galaxy, yeah, they've got strong chances to beat Orgless 5 as well. And there's nothing new that Galaxy Esports are doing. They are not reinventing the wheel to say. They play your very standard Icebox double duelist. You will have Rossi on the Jet, and then Paradox will be on the Reyna. You know, we just saw him on the Sky, and now he'll be on the Reyna. So quite versatile with his agent selection. I think that's preferably what Galaxy will go for here against Orgless 5 as well. If it worked against Enigma, why not try it again? So they will be incorporating the double duelist. Again, nothing wrong with that. We see it plenty of times. Although at times you can see other stuff such as like double sentinel as well. That's not the route that Galaxy will be picking for. What is interesting and what I want to keep in mind is where exactly will Orgless 5 fall? I can see them picking up the double duelist yet again. You know, you are going to have a CT, like you mentioned, Crips, on the Jet, and then Sai can play the Reyna. There have been so many instances in the past months, I'd say even over the course of a year, we have seen Sai so many times pick up the Reyna, and you know, just on different maps when he was in different teams, he played that agent quite well because of the sheer experience he has. So both of the teams, they can go for like mirror compositions, but are they going to? I'm not really sure as of now.
Yeah, the possibility of Arena getting picked will always keep things a little more up in the air. You can't really predict when Arena is there in Icebox.
Exactly.
But if they do pick it up, who do they drop? I mean, we've seen several times that teams might abandon the Killjoy. There have been matches where there's Global Esports and Enigma playing, and none of them have a Killjoy on the team. Instead, one of them has a Chamber, the other one has a Reyna instead. So the meta in Icebox is changing. Although, even though Killjoy might be missing, I don't think Sage will be missing. Sage will still be there unless these
That
guys
is
are going for
true.
something absolutely brave. Either way, enough theory crafting. Let's take a look at what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'd say that in terms of controller, Viper is going to be there. I think, I mean, yeah, Vemp and Kel'Thuzad, both of them having opted for that agent already. Quite certain. Sai, in the meanwhile, is going to be on the Jet and a CT on the race. So it is going to be double duelist from the side of Orgless 5. However, not the double duelist I was thinking of. I mean, yeah, Jet and Raze. Interesting.
So, two movement-based characters. I'm not
Exactly.
completely against it, especially because the Raze has some verticality element to it. I think it will be a good fit on Icebox. You can move around pretty well, but there's no get out of jail free card for the Raze like there is for Sai. So that could be a factor. Other than that, we haven't really seen the full roster of Galaxy Esports load up in this
True.
game, so I'm not sure how this game is gonna pan out.
Yeah, unfortunate. I mean, Paradox, you know, I was really expecting a lot from him. I mean, the last time we saw him on the Reyna as well, I'm not even talking about the previous map. Like, when we saw him earlier, he had an insane performance as the Reyna. And really, he could have done a lot here as well. But towards the tail end of Ascent, there were a lot of technical issues happening, and I think they're still prevailing. So he may have to sit this one out. Hopefully, he can join. I'm not really sure about the rules and stuff for now, how it stands. Yes, it's going to be a 4 versus 5 Galaxy Esports. They have five-man roster. So that's just, yeah, it's unfortunate, but then again, it is what it is. What have we been saying? This is a ranked match. What happens in a ranked match? Someone, either their internet disconnects or they rage quit. In this case, it was the former out of the two. So Galaxy Esports on attack. Okay, yeah, I can say that if you have to play with a man down, better be on attack than be on defense, because you can you can allocate your resources far better to your liking and not play reactive Valorant. But still, it is going to be a 4 versus 2 with the attackers pushing down the corridors of Ace side. Can they find some success? Well, they do find a couple of kills, and Kultis are looking for another. Well, it's going to be Rossi securing that nonetheless.
Oh, somehow they still find it back to a 2v2. Wimp coming in from behind. He will be isolated. He can at least get the kill onto Kel'Thuzad, but Rossi should be able to trade it out immediately. Oh no, he kills the healthier player first, and that is gonna be the end of it.
Yep.
Imagine this map going in the favor of Orgless 5 because of obvious reasons. It's a 4v5.
Yeah.
But somehow if Paradox finds a way to come back in the next match, then in map number 3, it's gonna be a 5v5 yet again. And imagine Galaxy Esports win at that point. That would be such a roller coaster of a journey. An evening that we never really saw coming, but the one that was given to us by the internet gods.
I mean, yeah, look at round number 23, the final round of Ascent as well. That was a journey in of itself. Paradox are disconnected. Right? And then after the 3K from Rossi as well, the sheer discontent on the faces of the members of Orgless 5, that was heartbreaking to watch. As is this kill. I mean, Saya, he was just being quite aggressive. He tag lost pretty significantly, but he still survived nonetheless. And this is the man advantage, well, or should I say, the man neutralization that Galaxy Esports are looking for. Although the one problem is it has costed them a significant amount of HP. You know, you've got Sova tagged off, Rossi as well playing the Jet. He's on roughly like 50 HP. Lucia pushing into the bomb side with the Headhunter. Can't really do much. And yet again, it was a force-ish buy with the Marshall that the members of Galaxy have gone for, but it still won't be paying off. Orgless 5 looking to take the second round in their bracket as well.
So much patience from Kel'Thuzad, waiting for the barrier orb to break and then going towards B. I mean, why not? Your teammates have already died towards A site. You can go for the plant right here. Nobody can stop you. So at least they get that little economic bonus that you get from planting the spike. No penalties. Still holding the angle, of course he can't fall back, but hey, you know, you try to make the best of whatever life gives you. If it gives you lemon, then you make lemonade.
In this case, from the side of Galaxy Esports, life has given them a very difficult hand to play with. And yeah, certainly, I mean, they can't do anything. Orgless 5, they just know they have this advantage. And I think that's part of the reason why Orgless 5 are just quite comfortable with peaking angles. At least towards the starting phase, like towards the start of the action phase, much like what we just witnessed from Sai. Orgless 5 know, because we have an extra person in our team, we can just peek that angle. If we get a kill, well, that's even better. It just, you know, like widens the crack even more in the side of Galaxy Esports. Now, if the person dies on Orgless 5, it's still a 4 versus 4. In this case, it pays off its dividends. Lucia, though, he gets one kill, then teleports back. So Blackhawk is gone. That's a healer, the only healer off the board, and Rossi finds an excellent kill onto Wimp, who really not really sure where he was looking. I guess he was trying to go mid. But Galaxy Esports, through one way or another, they have equalized the score, and Rossi has got to be the aggressor. Galaxy Esports have to soon realize that they cannot play passive Valorant, waiting for their attackers to peek the corners. They just have to bring the fight to them, and in hopes of doing so, catch their opponents off guard, which they surely have now. 2 versus 2. There's a solid chance Orgless 5 can win here. Oh, yeah.
That's the timing that Rossi was looking for. He goes all the way towards the starting of halls, even though he had absolutely no reason to.
Whoa.
Simply because he wanted to buy more time. Speaking of buying more time, half the queue's done, but Iside will not get to live what happened once more.
Right. So around gone in favor of Galaxy Esports nonetheless. So again, good stuff. Their full buy worked in their favor. It cost them a couple of kills, but regardless of that, Orgless 5 know that this round can be the game of any team. You've got rifles on board. And hey, maybe for the side of Galaxy Esports, because they have better weaponry and they can, I know, their time to kill an enemy is quicker, I guess that may help them to get kills faster. I mean, it certainly is a theory. Although an unlikely one, it's not a prevalent or in any way, shape or form a major factor into helping them or providing any aid into this 4 versus 5. It's still as tough as it was 3 rounds ago when the pistol had started. Orgless 5, they know the advantage and they're just going to play by it. They're waiting for Galaxy Esports. They're not going to be peeking a single angle. Rather, they're denying opportunities for Galaxy to peek as well. Look at the slow up. Look at then the snake bite from Viper as well. And now the Sage Wall alongside the toxic screen from Viper to block anything and everything off. B, for the time being, for the initial 40 seconds has been shut off. And now towards Kitchen, well, it's going to be an opening.
Amazing opening, but he extended a bit too far. No backup available, and Vim, well, he is able to equalize the situation here, but Kiltazard peaks late, giving Sai a benefit of doubt, thinking that he had the backup of security, but of course, when Lost moves into the side like this alone, there's not much that he can do. Asite somehow could have fallen back to safety, but Kiltazard has already seeped into the back line. With this, they get the side under control. Viper's Spit also committed 2v2. And even with their hands tied behind their back, Galaxy Esports find a way to power through.
Yes, they are. Oh, Blackhawk is just got to shed it. And yeah, with Vimp dying off, it was an attempt from Orgless 5. They knew they didn't have the best of guns, so might as well try a two-pronged attack. However, it just didn't work in their favor. The Viper Spit is going to be long-standing. Blackhawk, he was looking for the rifle. He could have been looking for exit frags, but now he'll just be looking his way up towards heaven, where he'll go. And we'll move on to round number 5. Orgless 5, they have suffered 2 losses consecutively, and they've got to realize that, okay, kills, they have to play for trades, I'd say, because again, I know I'm talking the most basic terms, but mathematically, if you have the man advantage, you keep on going for trades, you will have a person surviving. It's not going to be how a game of Valorant works. It's just basic analogy I'm going to be giving to allow Orgless 5 to just, you know, like get them to think that, okay, yeah, trades may just work. Not in this round though. This round should go the way of Galaxy Esports, whether it be a 4 versus 5, even a 3 versus 5. They've got the better guns and they're looking for the kills.
Sure. Ahead. He has got the backup of people behind him, so when Sai peaks, he's only going to be walking into one guy for now, but these players are right behind him. Somehow, the flurry of trades still goes in the favor of the defenders, leaving Rossi all by himself towards B. Spike nowhere close to him, and his teammates dead, buried in the ground 6 feet under.
Right. So, picking up the spike. Can Rossi plant the spike? I think Orgless 5 will allow him the liberty to plant the spike, because it's not like Orgless 5 are really giving him a big advantage. Sure, he'll have time on his side, but that'll just allow the 3 defenders to reposition themselves, be together, and then retake the bomb site in a coordinated manner rather than being disassociated and, you know, falling by like one by one. So yeah, Rossi moves into the A bomb site, and he'll be looking to plant the spike after he gets this 1 kill. Picks it up fairly easily, and that's going to be the spike going down. Orgless 5 still have great opportunity to win this round, and if they can take this eco for their side, it'll be a great help. But now another gunfight that's been isolated. Yes, Rossi's down to 70 HP, and Wimp is on his own. However, it's just going to be a matter of angles. It's just going to be a matter of where you're looking, where you're peeking, and it's going to be Rossi falling by the wayside, and Wimp just cleans it all off.
Rossi had the right idea over there. He knew that because he got the site clear and he was able to plant, there will be ramifications when everyone walks in together to go ahead and retake. So he knew that instead of falling back and just playing the close plant angles, he needed to elevate a little bit more pressure. That's why instead of falling back to a safer angle, he went deeper into enemy territory, climbing up on the zipline, getting a kill and falling back. And even with the cloudburst, when Wimp sees that cloudburst, he will be discouraged to go near 410 and instead be forced to swing around under rafters, which is exactly what Rossi wanted. He wanted him to go that way so that he could turn around and you know, pull off a 360 onto him. But he saw that coming. The timing was just not in his favor. This time, Sai's timing will be spot on. More people are peeking him. Hopes he paid out a couple of shots, but Rossi wins that other duel. Op versus op, but still, man advantage available for the defenders naturally.
Now, the resurrection is available. Blackhawk, if you would like, he can wall it off. Resurrect Sai. He's going to be openly peeking that angle, and it's going to lead to his death. Not only has the resurrection gone, the resurrector, alongside more members, fall through for the side of Orgless 5 Galaxy Esports. This execute is going off in full force. A CT from mid looking to get a kill, but now the positioning of Galaxy Esports far too strong, and the angles that they're peaking, it's a second win for them. No matter the gunfight that they're engaging in, they're just winning them. And now Wim aims to, well, put an end to it, but not for long. It'll only be temporarily that he get a kill before he has killed himself. Galaxy Esports, okay, they don't have the lead, but at the very least, they're keeping up with the pace that Orgless 5 are running with. If Orgless 5 are getting 2 rounds, Galaxy are doing the same. It's 3-3 right now, and this man advantage just means that had Galaxy Esports, had they had the 5th player, they could have been the team leading the charge against their enemies.
Yeah, and it's just criminal how Lost is able to sneak all the way to its kitchen, getting 2 kills for absolutely free onto players who are not even suspecting of him being there. That is what got Galaxy Esports this round. But will it be enough? Will they be able to find gaps in the armor once again? They don't for now. Sai is winning the opening duel, but maybe a CT can have something to say. Well, 2 kills with the ultimates going in the favor of Orgless 5, and it's almost like beating a dead horse.
This case, okay, Kel'Thuzad, he's still there. Beautiful headshot, wallbang through the spray. It's such a long range. Quite lucky shot, but well, Galaxy Esports, be it luck, be it miracles, they need everything in order for them to succeed, in order for them to get those rounds. And Rossi is right here with the operator. I think the main mission of Galaxy Esports in this round is going to be extraction. How do you safely get this operator back into safe hands and save it? However, that's not the message Galaxy were looking for. They are looking for aggression. They have gotten into the bomb side. Rossi's got the operator right now. The spike is going to be planted. Does the toxic screen go down? Rossi, he has to peek in. Excellent kill. Completely catching Wimp off guard. Hacker though, he drops the operator. Now, the problem is Hacker's got the frenzy, Kel'Thuzad had the vandal, and Galaxy Esports, a round which they had no business of winning whatsoever, is a round that they have taken for themselves, and inherently they've taken the lead as well.
Oh my goodness. No wonder that these guys are finding so much success. I mean, even after Sai and Acete got 1 kill each with their ultimates, the 2 versus 5 came through from Galaxy Esports, and once again it's because of Rossi going even further into enemy territory than one would anticipate. Consider this, Lost only has 3 frags, but most of them were impact frags from the previous round where he managed to get into its kitchen. This time it was Rossi going all the way towards rafters and even beyond it to catch Wimp off guard, and it's positions like these that give Galaxy Esports the edge that they need. They buy extra space so that when the retakers are just gathering up outside of the site, hoping to come in, they will be able to get at least 1 frag and get away with murder in cold blood. Oh, speaking of cold blood, it's Sai. This time picking off Kel'Thuzad, and with that, the controller's down, resurrection not available either. And Lucia, even he had his ultimate ready. He didn't get to use it, probably should be able to save it for the next round, but it's pick-offs like these that Orgless 5 were able to find in every round, but still somehow things can go wrong. And once again, things can go wrong because Rossi has gone past undetected while his teammates are dead. It's plays like these that make me question whether or not Orgless 5 are actually keeping tabs on their enemy movements or not. So once again, look at this. Rossi was like all the way towards that satellite box. And nobody knew that. Nobody saw him cross from yellow.
That's the
Imagine
thing, like
if
you
this happens with
highlighted.
more people alive.
That's the thing, what he highlighted is the fact that Galaxy Esports have that extra territory and that map control to allow them to move wherever they want with relative freedom. The thing is, Orgless 5 are facilitating that to an extent by playing rather like more passively than usual, than how you would usually play. It was a 5 versus 5. Now I get the theory and the thinking that Orgless 5 have put in here. They're like, you know what, it's 4 members, let's lure them in into the bomb site, and then through the means of crossfires and utility we pick them off. And guess what, it was successful in the previous round, but it's a plan that can backfire very badly if you're not careful, such as in this instance. The Viper Spit is going to be going through. Hunter's Fury, present and utilized from a hacker, tags the members a bit from the side of Galaxy Esports, but lost himself. Is going to be using his Hunter's Fury. No kills, no casualties right now, but neither has the spike gone down. The snake bite prevents it, and Galaxy Esports have a tough decision to make. Everyone from Orgless 5 is right here on the cusp of the bomb side, and they're just picking off the attackers one by one. So are Galaxy Esports going to count their losses and back off? Well, they won't. No, Kel'Thuzad, he's still going to push through into the bomb side, looking for a kill. But the thing is, Orgless 5, no, he's in the Viper Spit because it's not going down anytime soon.
Yeah, and then they just keep spamming every single angle. If they peek outside the Viper Spit, they get plucked off by the myriad of defenders that's present in this location. And Kel'Thuzad, by just exploiting a little corner, has managed to find himself in this position. But with 20 seconds on the clock, the moment he taps the spike, he's gonna get rushed. And it's just a matter of time. So, what's the bigger evil over here? Dying? Or dying after the timer runs out? Surely the former. He speaks out, but still gets a kill. Of course, the CT will shut him down right after it, but this quick rotation from the side of Orgless 5 is what enabled them to win this round. In previous rounds, we've seen places where the rotations were late. Even in Ascent, the rotations were sometimes late, especially from Wimp and Blackhawk. But then,
Yeah,
that's exactly why Galaxy were able to find the space that they need to get the extra picks. If somehow Orgless 5 were able to rotate quickly and read into what Galaxy Esports are doing, then they stand absolutely no chance.
that is true. I have to say that the side of Orgless 5 right now, like they just have to, like I was saying earlier, they have to play for those trades. They've got to make sure that they don't give away too many freebies early on. 1 or 2, that's still fine, but we have seen Galaxy Esports make a comeback from something like a 5 versus 3 even. There was that round. So you cannot be, you cannot give too much of a leeway to your opposition, even if they are a man down already. Now you've got Sai right here with the operator. Oh, beautiful shot. So many angles to check, so many enemies to keep tabs on, but he still gets a frag nonetheless. And now Galaxy Esports, they have a big question. Granted, it's just like an eco by upgraded pistols for their side. This round isn't going to matter much, but they're looking for rifles to be saved. And Rossi, we have seen him go ham with his blade storm earlier. Can he do it again? Well, not without the assistance of his teammates, and those teammates are really falling down right now and dying. So the pressure falls onto this jet. Both the duelists are alive. Rossi, he's got a single blade, needs to get that headshot. He's gonna be pushing through.
Nice.
Lands it. He lands it.
Oh my god, they haven't cleared yellow, and Blackhawk gets away scot-free. Well, he didn't expect another player to come through there, especially with such a timing so late that he could not cover the trade of Rossi, but hey, he managed to get the kill anyway. Now isolated Kel'Thuzad can't fall back towards yellow. Instead, he's pushing deeper in towards oranges, and just at the bottom of Snowpipe, he can catch a CT off guard. And Sai now has to reposition himself. He can't continue holding the same angle with Diop, expecting Kel'Thuzad to come through. And the Viper Spit buys him even more space. They're literally playing ring around the rosies. And Sai has absolutely no idea. If Kel'Thuzad peeks right now, he's gonna get a free kill, but the timing window has long passed. And they just walk through. Sai now spots out Kel'Thuzad. He knows what the play is gonna be like. He can easily go for a cloud burst and try to tap the spike, but he doesn't know where the plant is. He might even be able to stick it, but the snake bite stops him from doing so. This consolation frag is all he can find.
Okay. So he survives as the operator. However, Galaxy Esports, they take the thrifty win. Yet again, what we were talking about, that the side of Orgless 5, they cannot give any margin for error. They cannot give even a bit of breathing room to their opposition, because they're just going to expand further and further until they absolutely suffocate the members of Orgless 5 themselves out of the map and they eliminate them thoroughly. Galaxy Esports have no mercy right now. They know that they already in a way have their backs up against the wall. Look at Rossi and Kel'Thuzad. It's been 10 rounds. They have 15 and 14 kills respectively. A total of 29 combined, and it's only again been 10 rounds. We haven't even seen the second half. Well, we are about to very soon. Round number 11 is on board. Is the penultimate round, and the side of Orgless 5, well, only a single ult in total. That's going to be the resurrection, and it may be useful considering Acete is the first casualty. Now, footfall on towards the bomb side, going in full force from the side of Galaxy Esports. Look at that. They have the members here. The spike's going to go down, and Orgless 5 are pushed off into this retake scenario yet again in a 3 versus 4.
Oh my god, they're just not getting a break. The moment Galaxy Esports find themselves on the cusp of an advantage, it gets stolen away by Sai. This time, though, Rossi has to step up and go above and beyond. Predicts the position from Sai, flicking onto his head as if it was a pre-fire. But now it's the Battle of Sovas, and Hacker, he doesn't get revealed by the recon. He's just dangling on the ropes, hoping that he can find an angle. And this angle is perfect. It's not planted for belt. Even the shock dart doesn't connect.
Wait.
He can stick all the way. Oh my lord. Galaxy Esports had this round in their hands, but they lost it.
Last round in the half.
The bird flew away, and so did the opportunity. Most of the heavy lifting of this game is being done by Rossi and Kel'Thuzad, because Rossi's got 18 frags, Kel'Thuzad's got 14. Lost in Lucia, they have just 4 and 3 frag respectively. So if even in this quote-unquote 2 versus 5 scenario that Galaxy Esports are playing, only 2 of the players are performing, they still find opportunities. But man, imagine if these opportunities were converted all the way. Galaxy Esports would have been able to find an advantage even with the man disadvantage, and that is irony at its finest.
In this case, though, well, you know, much like what they're trying to do with the man count, they can neutralize the score. Oh my! Oh, at least he gets the headshot. Moving with the Vandal. Guess what? He does it, but not before he dies himself. And Lost, he picks up a good kill. However, there's a seat in the A bomb side. Lost, though, all the way in defender spawn. It's been, what, 30 seconds into the action phase. And Galaxy Esports, not only are they in the bomb side, they're in the spawn. And they're just eliminating members of Orgless 5. Sai with the Bladestorm misses, has 1 bullet in the chamber. And now he opts for the reload. The Viper Split goes through, and in this case, this is a Viper Split that Kel'Thuzad has all the advantage in. He will be the driving force. He won't be the person stuck in it. Rather, he will not allow anyone from Orgless 5 to push into the Viper Split. And with the assistance, well, with the earlier assistance of Lucy, it could have been easier. All down to Kel'Thuzad right now. But I have a feeling he may just clutch this. Here's the counter Viper lockdown. Oh! Gotta go in. He's waiting for the sound cue. No, he backs off. Is he going to return just in the nick of time? Now he's gonna spam fire. He's fighting his way. Excellent headshot onto Sai. Wimp, the DK, 1 HP, and Kel'Thuzad gets the headshot. Again, what a clutch to end off the half.
I can't believe the gall of these players to pick up ballsy duels like this. Rossi's on top of that tube. He's fighting people in belt. He's not belt. He's fighting people in boiler. He's fighting people towards the top of B side. Even fighting people towards screens. Like, he's exposed from 3 angles, and he gets a headshot. Managed to get a kill towards snow pile. Like, are you serious right now? How does he not die? And even Lucia, for that matter, man's almost in defender's spawn. Can you believe it? He's picking up a duel against Sai, who's sitting on top of Hut, and then he turns around, somehow finds a duel with Acete, and even if he loses it, it's completely fine. His teammates capture the ace site. Not just capture, they win it. 6-6. They're going toe-to-toe against the side of Orgless 5, even when they are down a member. But hey, like we said, it's better to start on the attacking side when you have a member missing than be on the defense. Because now, their defense will be very thinly spread out, and I don't think they have what it takes to hold off the members of Orgless 5, who are just relentlessly pushing into the site.
Oh, here's the backstab though. Rossi's right here checking the corner. It's going to be Vimp getting 1 kill with the classic. Peeking for another. That's going to be a double, and this pretty much spells the entire ordeal for the pistol round. Vimp got that double. Acete piles onto the pressure even further. And Kel'Thuzad. I mean, that's a flawless round from Orgless 5. So, Orgless 5, in a way, they may have weathered the storm technically for the first half. And, yeah, their defense, it was still fine. 6-6 equal, back to square one. But here's when they can start building the lead. And Galaxy Esports, the question is, what exactly do they do on their defense? Because, in a way, it's just not looking all too well for their side. Like you said, they're going to be so thinly spread out. Not only does it mean that manpower wise you don't have a lot of people to play in the bomb sites, to anchor in the bomb sites, but technically you don't even have the same amount of information. You can't face check the same corners. You don't have the utility that someone like Arena, preferably what Paradox would have been playing had he been here, would have been bringing to the table. And Orgless 5, they're just going to be pushing into the bomb site. Even if Rossi tries to stop them, well, how many can he stop? Look at that, he's pushed off quite literally into a corner. No way for him to escape, and from every single angle he is being bombarded by people pushing him, by utility, by firepower, everything going off on that one man, and he just cannot catch a break. Neither can Lucia. That's going to be another kill, and that's going to be the anti-eco done and dusted.
Well, I think this is when Orgless 5 draw the line and they're like, no more. We will tolerate no more losses, get all the way to the finish line without breaking a sweat, without taking a foot off the gas pedal. And if Orgless 5 can snowball on this momentum, I think they can easily take us to map number 3 without much time. Now, the problem over here for Galaxy Esports, for the most part, is going to be the lack of utility and the lack of people on mid. Sure, they can put like 2 on A, 2 on B, defend it. But what do you do with mid? It's going to be open. You can only probably place trademarks over there. And even then, with all the information that the trademarks do get you, what do you do to stop the members of Orgless 5 from coming through? Absolutely nothing. They'll have to be more proactive, and that's exactly why you see Lucia pushing out of mid. He doesn't find anyone over there, so he realizes, yeah, this is indeed a full B commitment, but Lost doesn't anticipate Sai on top of yellow. No way one would have checked him for that corner. Blackhawk trying to go for the plant. Yes, he can. Wall covers his entry over there. But Rossi's trying to catch some people as they try to fall back into the post-plant angles. Lucia also just about getting a kill. Goes ahead of the toxin screen, and that's the risk he needed. And he gets rewarded for it. SK Rossi, I'm sorry, not SK, regular Rossi, just winning the duel against the Jet. But can he continue to hold on to this advantage that he has worked so hard to acquire? Spike tapped, and of course, snake bites will deny them, but they don't even need the snake bites to land. Blackhawk taking matters into his own hands, decapitates his enemies, and dispatches them into the netherworld.
This case, Orgless 5, well, again, okay. I think we can see, yeah, we can see now, and we can all predict in a way more or less what's going to happen over the course of the next couple of rounds. Galaxy Esports, my question isn't if they can do it, like, do they possess the capabilities to win these rounds? Yeah, I mean, looking at the performances of these players, 22 kills for Rossi, 16 for Kel'Thuzad, they absolutely have the necessary resources and the mechanical ability to win against Orgless 5. My question is how? With the defense this thinly spread out, even if they go for trades, much like what Kel'Thuzad tried right now, it just means you're stuck without a Viper. And now in a retake scenario, you do not have smokes, you have the 200 force, you have like a duelist initiator. What much can you do? You know, you're out of options. There's no one in the bomb site. You have to entirely retake it. So you have to engage in duels, but without the utility that Galaxy Esports, the utility that they are lacking, these engagements again won't be fair, and Orgless 5 are just going to absolutely capitalize on the basis of them.
Oh, unfortunate dash for Rossi. And you're right, the lack of utility is really creating problems for them. Especially when you see how comfortable Sai is toying around with his food. Yeah, when Galaxy Esports don't have anything to cover their entry into the site, they will be forced to pick duels out in the open where the crossfires of Orgless 5 can demolish them. They needed someone like Kel'Thuzad to stay alive so that he can at least deploy some cover using his abilities and maybe buy some space for Galaxy Esports going into the retake. But that's the problem. Galaxy Esports cannot hope to retake against Orgless 5 at all. They have to hold them off before things even begin. Otherwise, if the spike gets planted, the chances of them successfully pulling off that retake are astronomically low.
And oh, beautiful shot from Sai right there. Another. And yeah, granted, it's just a semi-eco. I think it was a hero Vandal play from the side of Galaxy Esports that they were opting for. Yeah, Lucy has got the Vandal right now, but he is the only hero. He can only make the plays. He gets one, but again, there's not much that Galaxy Esports can do. As sad as it is the truth. You know, that's another kill. Orgless 5 though, they've planted the spike. They're in good post-plant positions, and there's nothing preventing them from losing this round unless they make major mistakes, isolate even more gunfights, and just give better weaponry away. Galaxy Esports soon realize this, and they've made the choice to back off, and that's another round going in the bank of the attackers.
Man, imagine how different this series would have been if technical issues weren't such a big problem.
Exactly.
Galaxy Esports won Ascent, the map pick of Orgless 5, and they were well on their way to give them a good run for their money even while missing a member. If they had all 5 of their players alive, this series could have very well ended 2-0 right here and right now with Galaxy Esports winning it out. But now, Orgless 5 are on the verge of pushing us into map number 3.
They are, and you know what? We may just go into map number 3, I'd say. Considering how this is panning out to be, I think it's only a matter of a couple of more minutes, a couple of more rounds. Galaxy Esports, it is extremely difficult for them to take the win here. I don't see any way where they can get even like reach double digits, because no matter what they're trying, Orgless 5 are just following a simple checkbook right now. Get the initial kill, find the opportunity, move into the bomb site, and then, you know, just essentially execute. However, this is a good strategy incorporated by the members of Galaxy Esports. It was just, you know, the run, fall back. This is good. I mean, this is like genuine textbook warfare. They're like actual history examples of, like, I don't know, Scandinavian wars or something happening in World War II, where if you have less manpower, but you know the area in which you're playing, or in which, well, in that case, you're fighting, just have that manpower, stay in a place, get a kill, back off. Again, multiple kills, back off. Same thing is happening right now. Lucia has to back off, although he attempts to make the brave move of staying there. But still, long story short, it's still the same result. It's going to be Orgless 5 now getting match point.
The hopes and dreams that Galaxy Esports were harboring in the first half are now starting to go down the drain. I mean, it was impressive indeed when you're able to put up an equal scoreline in the first half, 6-6. But yeah, just on the defense, having 4 people is not at all viable. You're missing out so many places, you're missing information. If Galaxy Esports try to take the initiative themselves and actively seek fights, then maybe they can win if the trades go in their favor. But otherwise, if they just stand back and let nature take its course, it's gonna be a natural victory for the side of Orgless 5, and Bib gets whatever he needs. Oh no, I take that back. Galaxy Esports are actually putting up a good fight. Kel'Thuzad's like, nah, I'm not letting them in any further. Here's where you stop. Here's where I draw the line. Or rather should I say, I put up an entire green toxin pit for you to stay outside of. And Rossi covering every angle. Hacker, nearly impossible task to pull off, but they're offering him 1v1s. This is exactly where it goes wrong. And now he knows where Rossi is. This could all very well be the end right here. But he keeps him alive. Rossi surviving for his team, buying them just one more lifeline, but they have to win so many rounds in a row in order to just stay relevant in this map.
Yeah, I mean, this round in a way was won because of Kel'Thuzad and the multiple kills he got, also because of the Viper Spit. And you don't have the Viper Spit every single round. It's a pretty far in, far out kind of deal. So Galaxy Esports, they still have to rely on their weaponry. They still have to rely on their guns. Now, good for them. Rossi, their top fragger, the top fragger right now, 25 kills, has got the operator on board that can allow them plenty of kills. And you've got the Tour de Force present as well, as we can just spot on Lucia. Although Sai, oh, he has been spotted. Can he escape? Yes, he can certainly evade the Hunter's Fury, which means the Galaxy Esports, they're using so many of their ults. But again, it's not an excellent long-term plan. It can give them success for this round, maybe even the next one. But long-term, it's going to be Orgless 5 saving up their credits, their ults, because all they need is a single round and Icebox is theirs.
Yeah, they've got all the resources that they can end it whenever they want, right? 4 ultimates. One of them being deployed right now. Hacker using the ult to clear out the more common angles, but he hasn't found any kills yet.
Oh.
Maybe a CT can stop it. Yes, I dare you to land. That's
Oh
what
my
CT is
God.
saying to Rossi right now. But the
Yo!
moment his feet hit the ground, he turns it into his graveyard. 2 versus 4 could very well be the end of the game.
It could, but then again, we've seen Galaxy Esports come back from far worse
Yeah.
odds. Look at Lucia pushing through. Now Sai shuts him down, and there's Kel'Thuzad. 2 versus 4, 1 versus 1, Viper versus Viper. Although previously it was Wimp who was on 1 HP, now it's Kel'Thuzad. It all happened right here on the A bomb side. The same Viper sped, but a different result. It's going to be the getting the headshot, the other Viper, and it's going to be the other team in this best of 3 getting a map for themselves. 1-1 is the score.
What an unfortunate turn of events. What could have very well been a 2-0 victory for Galaxy Esports now gets turned into a 3-map affair simply because of technical issues. I really do believe that Galaxy Esports could have beaten them if they had all their members present. And while the attacking side for Galaxy Esports was pretty impressive, the defense just simply crumbles. Of course, it stands to reason, right? I mean, even with the man disadvantage on the attacking side, you can at least like group up together and hit a site with brute force. They didn't do that. They instead split up, and even then, it worked out. We saw so many of these off looking kills. I mean, we'll take a look at the highlights and you'll realize yourself, right? When you see
Yeah.
Rossi getting triple peaked from 3 different angles, but he still manages to get away with a kill, that's the kind of stuff that makes you scratch your head and wonder, how on earth is he not getting punished by this shit?
Exactly. Like you have to think what exactly Orgless 5 have to do on their defense to just allow them simple victories. They don't have to go for elaborate plans. They don't have to think of big meta plays. Just play it simple, play it concisely, and just take the win. Because had that 6-6 not happened, there wouldn't have been as much pressure on the members of Orgless 5. Regardless of the 6-6, had it even been something like a 9-3 favoring Galaxy Esports, I still think there would have been multiple opportunities for the side of Orgless 5 to take the win, as they ended up doing. You know, having a look at the highlights as well, right from the get-go, Galaxy Esports, they were keeping up with the pace of Orgless 5. They were winning those rounds, and that was a crucial factor, which was, you know, helping them as a roster keep their focus in game as well. Because if you know you're going to lose, I mean, mentally as well, you're going to get degraded a bit. Everyone knows this feeling. But because of Galaxy Esports, because they had the results going in their favor as well, they soon realized this is not entirely lost. We can actually take this win. And in a way, you know, by neutralizing and by going for a 6-6 first half, I'd say that was a very well fought win for them.
I agree. I mean, I have no reason to believe that Galaxy Esports should bow their heads down. They did their best. Even when their hands were tied behind their back, they did not go down without a fight. They went down swinging. And there was plenty of impressive moments, right? You had Rossi pulling off all these kills. You had clutches coming in from that Viper. And, I mean, players like Lucia, they didn't have too many kills, but they had their moments. They got the impact frags. Kel'Thuzad go with the clutches. I am still thoroughly impressed by whatever Galaxy Esports put up, and I'm really looking forward to the next map. I think if Paradox returns in the next map, this could very well be a fair fight. Otherwise, it's still gonna rely on August.
That's
I mean, it's still gonna be an August
yeah.
vibes bag a bit. They're not completely out of danger yet.
Yeah, if Paradox can return, then all is well and good. We're going to see an extremely entertaining map number 3. But if he doesn't, I'm kind of dreading map number 3 for the side of Galaxy Esports, because the one difference Haven has is that it is far bigger in area. It has 3 bomb sites. So as a defense of 4 members, it's only gonna get worse. And that's, I mean, that's dumb. Even as attackers, you're not going to have too much room to play with as well. So I'd say Haven, it's going to be quite difficult for the side of and for the side of Galaxy Esports. But hopefully, in this short little break that we have, the players can rest and, you know, recuperate, just make sure that they are absolutely ready for the next map, and B, hopefully all the technical issues are resolved and we can jump into map number 3 in full force. Till then, you're watching the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 4, and we'll be right back. Welcome back everyone to LG Ultragear presents the Esports Club Gauntlet Season 4, powered by Crucial with our apparel partners 656 and our gaming partners over at Intel. I'm CSV joined alongside Crips for the group stage matches, and this match particularly between Galaxy Esports and Orgless 5 over at Group B, well, it has an update, doesn't it, Crips? You know, over the last map in this BO3, we've gone through two maps, Ascent and then we saw Icebox. However, for Galaxy Esports, unfortunately, one of their members, Paradox, had disconnected. There have been several electricity and probably, I believe, internet issues happening in his local area, because of which he could not play the map of Icebox. So yeah, Galaxy Esports, they were playing 4 versus 5, and well, everyone knows, you know, 4 versus 5 quite unfair even in your matches, and also at the level of, you know, the esports level that we have right here in the gauntlet. And considering that, and thanks to, you know, the opposition Orgless 5 also being good sports, both of the teams have reached a mutual conclusion that the final map, the decider map of Haven, will be played tomorrow off stream, and the results will be updated shortly as well. As of now, this match has been put to a halt, and the results that have happened stand where they are, but the final map will be played off stream, like I mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah, so both the teams have been able to win one map each. Of course, it was a little unfair for Galaxy 5 to continue playing 4 versus 5. So Oculus 5,
Exactly.
they offered them the chance to play tomorrow. And of course, you won't get to see the conclusion of this game, but we will tell you about how the game went down. We'll tell you about what the score was and who was able to come out on top. Thank you so much for being with us, ladies and gentlemen. And we hope that you tune in for tomorrow's games as well. And don't forget that we've got another game today at 8 p.m. So make sure that you are free for that one. Make sure that you've got your snacks ready and waiting, because Optimistic Esports versus Team Valor is going to be an absolute banger.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. But for now, for this stream, Galaxy Esports up against Orgless 5, this comes to an end. Thank you everyone for watching the Gauntlet Season 4. Make sure you grab some apparel from 656. If you're looking to speed up your personal computer, grab all the peripherals provided by Crucial. And then again, if you just want to get a new rig overall, make sure to get the processors provided by Intel, because gaming happens with Intel. They provide the best performance overall, all over. So I've got to say that the esports club, I mean, today it was a good match. You know, nonetheless, whatever happened with Galaxy Esports, the tech issues that they went through, Crips, it was still an amazing performance they gave, and I still want to see them in the future and hopefully make their way through in the playoffs as well, because not only do I want to see them with the teams they've already competed against here in Group B, but I want to see them against the teams from the likes of Group A as well. But for now, everything comes to an end. Stay tuned everyone. Make sure to follow the Esports Club on all their social media. Stick around for the 8 p.m. stream. For now, we'll be signing off. Take care and bye-bye.
From the legends of memory and storage, Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products, precision engineered for speed and stability. Crucial Ballistics.
Hey guys, this is Raka and welcome to the Streamer Reviews, where gaming streamers gonna review the best new gaming laptops in the market. And today we are looking at the Intel powered Asus ROG Zephyrus S17, a laptop which stands for its amazing multitasking capabilities. As a streamer, I need my system to stream, game, record all at the same time. Having tested it, I'm quite thrilled that this laptop can actually handle it. And if you're wondering how, it is all thanks to the 11th gen Intel Core i9 processor, which gives your laptop a desktop caliber performance. With 8 cores, 16 threads and Intel Turbo Boost Max technology 3.0, it is capable of running several tasks without worrying about bottlenecks. So multitasking also leads to some heating issues, but luckily the S17 has its active aerodynamic system plus, which improves the airflow and enables long hours of streaming while keeping it cool. While choosing for a laptop, I also look for fast connectivity options for my accessories such as Stream Deck and capture card. But thankfully, the S70's Intel Thunderbolt 4 is very sorted in this regard. This one port lets me connect to all my accessories easily thanks to its blazing fast bandwidth speed up to 40 Gbps. Overall, I think the Asus Zephyrus S17 is a great laptop for streamers, gamers, or anyone with the similar needs. So what are you waiting for? Bring yours home today.